We are now live.
Now, about what I was saying about my favorite slur, I think my favorite slur has to be no, let's just go.
Okay, let me find my own live stream first.
You want me to talk up the audience while
Yeah,
we're getting? So
go ahead.
everybody, welcome to uh Elf Hunter's stream. We're gonna be hating on Netflix Devil May Cry. It's a huge pile of putrid, awful garbage. We're going to be going through it. It's going to be a 12-hour stream. We're going to have guests on the show. Dante himself is going to appear as a guest star on the stream tonight. We're also going to have skits and stunts. We're going to be serving snacks in about 15 minutes. So if you have a menu underneath your chair, go ahead and choose what you want. The waitresses will bring it out to you. We only have waitresses. We don't hire men. And the reason for that is because we're gay. And so we know if we had men, we wouldn't be able to control ourselves. But what's really important is that
Like,
this anime couldn't control itself. It's a terrible anime. It's so bad, it
so
made me
bad.
gay. That's how bad it is. I can never forgive Adi Shankar for making me gay. Anyway.
So I've officially shared the links.
Let's go.
What a start. So I shared the links in a 4D role playing Discord. That's kind of my circle on YouTube.
I'm an expert in 4D role playing.
Indeed. I actually that one game we played where we used like the bunch of D6s is
Oh yeah,
you, me, and Adept, and so I didn't really fully explain 4D role playing, but you were basically there. So anyway, you're like, oh, that's nice, whatever that means.
Very cool.
But
Thank you,
anyway,
David. Very cool.
indeed. So there's another stream going tonight at the same time, and I was like, well, we've already rescheduled once, and I've got a guest here, so let's just go. But anyway, if anyone is watching right now, this is Gruff. Why don't you tell us who you are real quick?
Well, hello there, everybody. My name is GruffDonaar. I am streaming from aboard the Twilight Saber. I am a VTuber. I normally stream on YouTube. You can find me under GruffDonaar. I'm also on Twitter under GruffDonaar. I haven't streamed for a while. This is actually the first time I've appeared on a stream since May. I took a break that I did not want to take because I'm a bounty hunting. I'm a bounty hunter. Has been tough lately. Let's just say that. And I do think I'm gonna be coming back soon, hopefully. But yeah, that's mainly what I do. I stream. I play video games. I recently started talking about storytelling and whatnot with Andor season 2 coming out. Really love that show. I eventually want to return to that format. But yeah, I'm a VTuber on YouTube, and that's what I do.
Yeah, and Gruff has told me a lot about Andor. I still haven't started.
Brother.
I promise I'm going to.
I know how to find you.
He's also told me a lot about Devil May Cry, this Adi Shankar adaptation. For me, I didn't watch it. I saw the trailer. I already hated it. I already knew it was trash.
Yeah.
There's some among us who would say you can't hate on it from the trailer. But whatever. Gruff is going to explain.
Yeah. So like there's some people who will say that you can't form an opinion on something until you've experienced it in full. So like you can't watch a trailer and decide you hate it. That's not really what's happening here for do you want me to call you Elf Hunter?
No, you just call me David. It's fine.
Okay. So that's not really what's happening here. David saw a trailer and he was like, I'm kind of iffy about that. And then he heard us talking about it, me and Adept, and we explained more and more of the show. And he's like, "Yeah, this sounds awful. I hate this." So that's
I
he's
mean,
not hating on the show just because he saw a trailer and that's it.
to be fair, I did hate it just from the trailer. But but I mean, obviously I'm gonna let you guys kind of take the lead on explaining the show as you guys watched it, you know,
Yeah,
and inject some opinions and questions here and there.
and the whole thing about a trailer is it's supposed to like get you. It's supposed to hook you, you know. So like saying, "Oh, I didn't like the trailer," because there is uh levels to this. Like if I saw a trailer for Devil May Cry and I said I hate the entire show of Devil May Cry, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's not really what was happening to you. You
Yeah.
were like, "Yeah, this doesn't seem like something I would like. I'm not going to watch it. I don't like it. I don't like the trailer."
Yeah. Which is such a shame because I've heard that these games are beloved.
Oh
I've played
yeah.
a little bit of the first one and I was like, oh, this is a cool vibe, you know? And it's just a shame what they're doing to these characters.
It is Devil May Cry is very influential. I am not I'm not, I wouldn't say keen. I'm not like, what's the word? I'm not fluent in Devil May Cry. I've played the first game, but not all the way through. Um, I can't even remember. I remember Dante and there, of course, Virgil, even though he's not in that game, as far as I know. I think there's a blonde lady in there named Trish. I struggle to remember her name. I played up to I want to say the second cutscene with Trish after like a boss fight. I don't even. It wasn't after the spider boss fight. It was like on a tower or something, like a bird or something. I don't know. If anyone who watches this and you've played Devil May Cry 1, you might know what I'm talking about. But point is, I haven't played Devil May Cry the entire series. I do like it, and it's very influential in terms of character action. It pretty much invented the character action genre. But I'm not like fluent in Devil May Cry. So going into this show, I didn't really have expectations, especially after hearing all I heard about the show. I made a constant effort to approach it from an open mind perspective and take it for what it is, not as the same continuity. Like try and take it for what its own continuity was trying to do, because it was clearly not trying to be part of the franchise. Like even me, a layman, could see that it was
Yeah.
not at all part of that.
Yeah, you gave it a fair shake.
Yeah.
You know, this is a hate stream, but for good reason. Not, you know, we gave it a shake. Well,
I
you gave it a fair
trusted Adi Shankar.
shake. Adi, why?
Why did you do this to me? I trusted you.
If he goes through adapting Berserk,
I'm gonna kill him.
I was gonna say
I'm gonna
that.
shoot him in the face with a sword gun.
Honestly, yeah. Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the people I'm friends with on YouTube, they don't care. They're like, sword gun in the face? Yeah, that's fine. But
I just laugh at that reaction. It's like, I'm gonna kill this man. Honestly, yeah, makes sense.
see, I'm drinking coffee because I know I'm too monotone and mellow, and I'm still like, oh yeah. But anyway,
Need to get a little wacky.
a little freaky. Okay, let's go ahead and start going through, I guess, just episode 1.
Okay.
Kind of introduce us to your experience watching it, problems
So
with it, all of that.
I guess let's see here. Where to
And
start?
Adept will be joining us whenever he can.
Yeah, he's currently held up at the moment. But I guess to start out, I thought that, well, we'll talk about like animation presentation, whenever it comes up. But to start with the first episode, I guess I could just read the synopsis. We have the script up, but I would be more inclined to read the synopsis than go over stuff when we can, and we can change the system, when we want to. When Adept gets here, we can change that if we want.
Yeah.
So, episode 1 of season 1, because this show is getting another season. I really got to kill myself. But anyway, season 1, episode 1, Inferno. The synopsis from fandom.com, which is a terrible website and you shouldn't use it, but here we are. The White Rabbit, a demonic terrorist, orchestrates a break-in at the Vatican City Museum so that he can steal the Force Edge, a sword once owned by the legendary demon Sparta, who turned against his own kind to side with humanity and create a magical barrier between hell and earth. The rabbit kills his soldiers and blows up the building, announcing that he must find a demon hunter as part of his plan to destroy the barrier and usher in the apocalypse. In the wake of the attack, the U.S. government meets with Dr. Fisher, a scientist from DarkCom, an interdimensional security firm funded by Vice President Baines to strategize a response. Interrogating information broker Enzo Farino, Baines and Fisher deduce that the White Rabbit cannot destroy the barrier without Sparta's magical amulet, which he split in 2 halves to make it harder to find. Enzo tells them that the rabbit is looking for a hunter named Dante and realize that he must have the missing piece. Meanwhile, Dante faces off against Plasma, a shape-shifting demon who, despite taking the form of a baby and Dante's deceased twin brother Virgil, is unsuccessful in stealing his half of the amulet. And that's the synopsis of the whole episode. And oh, hey, Dutch, you're back.
Hey.
I am slowly remembering all the retardation that's in these episodes as I was reading that. Just went over the first synopsis of the first episode, and we're about to go over it. Did you have anything you want to say before we get started?
About the first episode?
About your just general overview, like general blurb of the show.
Yeah, the show sucks.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm a Devil May Cry fanboy. I've never even finished a Devil May Cry game. I don't know the lore. I know that GruffDonaar knows more of the lore than me, and even he's not like a super hardcore Devil May Cry fanboy. I watched this show because my friend said, no, you can't pass judgment on it if you haven't watched it. And then I watched it so I could hate on it. Yeah, and I was right.
We're all right.
Dude, this show is hot garbage. So, he's dead, apparently. He died.
Wow. He said his piece. He's done.
Yep. He's like, yeah, that's it. Goodbye. That's all you need to know. He died as he lived, being a hater. But yeah, as I'm reading this synopsis, I'm remembering like the things that are in this show that it gets so weirdly wrong. So I guess the first current villain, he is the White Rabbit, the head of a rabbit.
For some reason.
Yeah, and a normal mask. It's too descriptive. It just says glass cracking. What?
Doesn't he just break it?
I don't remember.
I mean, either way, he still like killed all the soldiers.
Yeah, so this guy, however he gets the sword, he has this, and it's not a small sword. It's not, like claymores look small compared to this thing. This thing is like an anime weapon. Like we're going full on, not berserk levels, but it's big.
Yeah.
It's not like the Buster Sword, but it's a huge weapon. I want to say what would you compare it to? Like,
I mean, I don't remember it being that abnormally large. Like
it's about it's huge. Anyone who wants to know like what it looks like, just look it up. You'll see it's huge. He picks this thing up with one hand, so oh man, there's stuff we're missing. So the White Rabbit, he breaks into the Vatican City, but he doesn't break in like himself. He sends this Black Ops.
He sends a Black Ops
DMC
team to break in and then just shows up.
Yeah, so this Black Ops team is like, they're a PMC, they're a mercenary group breaking into the Vatican to steal this stuff. And one of them is like what's it called? He just shows up. Like he literally just shows up and like and
At
starts
zero need.
talking to them. Yeah, no
Zero
need
need
to
for the
show.
Black
Like
Ops team.
he could have waited for them to pick up the stuff and bring it to him, but no, he just gets here himself, which makes me wonder why did he hire the team? But there is a reason for that. There is a reason.
Okay.
So he has this whole monologue, which I feel like I should read because it's kind of funny. So they're like, "What is that thing? Is it a rabbit?" And what's it called? He's talking to the soldiers, and he reveals that he knows like what they were hired for. Four so-called soldiers of fortune stealing common stones for a mere 2.5 million. And the soldiers, of course, ask, "How do you know the price we were offered?" And he takes the sword and he says, "I was the one who offered it," revealing that he is the buyer. He's the guy who hired these guys. And he takes the sword and he's like, ironic, isn't it, that such a holy place would house the most powerful weapon of hell? Then again, hell, as you call it, has always been the true heart of human religion. You can curb the worst of your savageries only through collective fear and hatred of another world, my world. So this guy is from hell, is what he's saying. He is from hell. He double hockey sticks.
Yeah.
Hell is confirmed now. And so he goes on to kill these Black Ops dudes, and he just like wipes them out. Like these are trained dudes. And later on, we find out that it's not made clear, but these Black Ops dudes, either they are part of the American government or they work for the American government, like they've done
They
contracts.
work closely with the American government.
Okay. So he bodies all of these like hardcore, like top of the line mercs. Then
while giggling.
while giggling and laughing. Then he sets the Vatican on fire and like makes sure that like they see him. Like they have cameras, they see the White Rabbit, they see him stealing, they see them killing, and he also makes sure that one of his demon buddies who like flies with demon wings is seen by the news, so that later on the US government, with the help of Darkcom, realized, oh, these are demons.
I wonder if Adi sees himself as the White Rabbit.
Some people have
hopefully
said
not.
that. I don't know enough about Adi to say one way or the other, but as we go on, you will see that this character is someone that they deeply want the audience to feel a certain way for, and they don't earn it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to be a pretty morally depraved person to want to identify as the White Rabbit.
But anyway, so the camera footage of the mercs somehow gets to the U.S. government, even though they weren't hired by them. The White Rabbit probably sent it. And the news broadcast, seeing the demon, they see that as well. And you have some guy from Darkcom. I think his name was Dr. Fisher. So Dr. Fisher is basically doing a presentation showing that, hey, these are demons. They're from hell. We are Darkcom. We're a group that specializes in defending our dimension from hell. Hell is scientifically proven to exist. We know it exists, and we actively protect the world against it. Now, Darkcom isn't its actual name. It has some other name, but that's what they call it because it's like a placeholder name. Turns out Darkcom is funded by the vice president, Baines, voiced by I'm forgetting his name.
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy, yes. The
What a
late Kevin
G.
Conroy. And the president doesn't know about this. Look, I should say this. No one in the room of this president. Oh, David, are you there?
I'm still here.
Okay.
All right.
So no one in this room, except for Dr. Fisher and Vice President Baines, knows who Darkcom or who Dr. Fisher is. There's like 6 people in this room besides Dr. Fisher. 5 besides the Vice President. And this guy is just giving a presentation to all these people in this secret room that nobody knows who he is. How did he get in here? How does no one know who he is?
All right, you're narrowing too down on the idiocy of the plot.
You're right. We're gonna be here forever if I go at this pace. And it's at this point Baines reveals who he is and who Darkcom is, and scientifically hell is proven to exist. That's when this happens. Now, what happens next? I'm trying to remember. Let me go through the script.
I think they I'm not sure if it happens next, but they eventually are like, oh yeah, we have to do this. Let's go interrogate Enzo.
Well, that happens later. I'm trying to think of like what's in the chronology of the show. It looks like Dante has a fight
Does it
with
go
the
to
demons.
Dante?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Dante fights some demons. One of them is a shapeshifter. It's honestly, it's like a footnote in the whole episode. He has some cringe dialogue. It's very, very. Limp Bizkit plays with the intro. Cool.
Yeah, it's such a strange intro song to use, but whatever.
Do you want to go over that real quick? Like the choice of music throughout the show?
Sure. Yeah, the choice of music is very bad. Like I could see what they were trying to do. It just, in my opinion, didn't work very well. I'm really disappointed because the Evanescence song goes ham, and it's in this awful show.
Not only that, the place where it plays is
it's
really
literally
bad.
the worst part
It's
of the
the
entire
valley of this show. This show has no peaks. It's all valleys, but it plays in the valley of the show.
It's
genuinely
that
the worst
sucks.
Part. It's when
but there were some songs that I thought were okay. Like, I know that you don't like the new version of Bury the Light. I thought it worked fine.
Oh yeah, I don't like any of the credit music in this show for some reason. So they have the Devil May Cry 3 theme, and the very last episode plays Virgil's theme, Bury the Light from Devil May Cry 5. Even though in this continuity, this is the first time he's making an appearance ever in the show. They play his latest theme that plays at his oldest in the video game continuity. It makes no sense. But the real reason why I don't like these themes is because they're all played so both songs are high energy rock songs fused with like electronic instruments.
Yeah.
Like electronic dance music.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the version that they made for this show, for the credits music, is a heavily subdued version.
It's very subdued.
The aggressive male-dominated lyrics are replaced with a very soft, whispery female tone, whispering the lyrics in a very soft voice. The heavy, aggressive guitars and synths with heavy distortion are replaced with piano and very mellow sounding music. They do get a little adventurous when they play Bury the Light, but it's still a heavily subdued version. Very strange choice.
Again, I haven't seen it, listened to it, but I would venture to say the way that they change songs gives you a little hint into how they view the show and these characters.
I don't know, man.
I agree with your critique for the Devil May Cry theme, but for the Bury the Light theme, it was whatever. I don't care. It sounds good to me.
Okay. I mean, it's a cliffhanger ending for the season, and it ends on like what the filmmakers clearly thought was like such a huge
they thought it went hard.
Cliff. They thought it went hard, yeah.
They thought that last line was so good.
At that point, why not go full on Bury the Light deep?
Maybe they knew. Maybe they knew it wasn't that good. So they're just like, let's just let it die. Let it.
We're gonna bury this.
Back to the story.
Well, hold on. I still had something to talk about with the music choice. So this show has like the likes of Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach, Evanescence playing, and these are all like, you know, very 2000s coded bands that like they defined the era of rock music, it feels like, or at least their corner of the neighborhood in rock music.
And that's
And
around the time the games came out.
yeah, they came out throughout the 2000s. So that's seemingly the reason why they chose these songs, because they identify with the times. Devil May Cry doesn't have that kind of music. It just doesn't. It doesn't exist in the actual games. They just decided, oh, they released like around the same time, right? And we like the vibe. Let's just throw it in. Yeah. And the songs that they choose, like for example, when they play Last Resort by Papa Roach, and they play this really cool version that has like orchestral backing, and I actually really like it. I think it sounds awesome. But the events that it coincides with do not coalesce with the
mesh.
lyrics. It doesn't mesh. Yeah, I'm fumbling through my words here, but they'll be playing like a high stakes character driven conflict. Meanwhile, you're hearing "Cut my life in two pieces. This is my last resort."
It has the iconic riff.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
It sounds great, but the lyrics
fit.
themselves do not fit whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
my general beef with the music choice, is that it doesn't represent Devil May Cry very well.
They were not.
It feels like what fake fans think Devil May Cry is like.
Yeah. Someone took a cursory glance at the series and was like,
I'm fake fan.
Same thing. They took a cursory glance at the series and said, this is what I guess it is. Like they didn't have a scene and say, how can we best support this scene with music? They said, how can I force this song in here? Where can I put it?
And there was this whole thing on Twitter when they revealed, because they did a reveal of all the bands that were going to be featured in the show, and people were like, oh, dude, this is awesome. They did their homework. They know what they're doing. And all the people who know Devil May Cry, I have fans. I have friends. I don't have any fans. I have friends that are super into Devil May Cry. It's their favorite franchise, and they were horrified. They were mortified at this list. And like, dude, they were looking at this list and going like, what is this? This is not Devil May Cry. Yeah. And even like a cursory glance through the soundtracks, like, of course, the most popular one, I think, is either Devil Trigger or Bury the Light. There's also the DMC 3 theme. And there's plenty of songs from Devil May Cry 1 that that you can feel the influences from Devil May Cry 1 all the way to Devil May Cry 5 and like see the connective tissue. Like, oh yeah, there's like an identity here. There's a established sound here that is not what they did for the show.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little devil's advocate here. You can argue it's a reimagining of the show, of the series.
All you want, it's still bad.
I kind of approach it with like an objective eye, like, okay, not looking at other factors like my own feelings or thinking of it as its own thing. How does it work? And the music doesn't work there. And then thinking of it from like a fan perspective, or at least, knowledge of other stuff in the franchise. It doesn't work there either. Not a good start.
Not a good start. Let's go ahead and finish the first episode.
Oh,
I could probably go all night and literally do the 12-hour stream, but
yeah.
I would just like to point out, very important to the plot at the very beginning. He's stealing this sword, and he needs the other stone that Dante has for the stated reason of destroying the barriers between Earth and Hell.
Yes. So, to sort of expand on that, there's the sword, and you have two stones. Those two stones.
Don't explain it. They try to explain it later. We'll just wait. So I just need you to know that's the stated goal and the stated stakes.
Yeah, like Hell and Earth are separated, and we'll talk about it later. Another thing is that the reason why the White Rabbit showed up to the Vatican, even though he had the mercs there, was so that that camera footage could get to the American government and they could see it because he's baiting them. I think it's hinted at in this episode.
I still don't know why he had to
that's
hire
what's
the
going on.
merch to do that, but whatever.
So
Yeah, he could have just filmed himself, streamed it. I don't know.
So he's saying, "Oh, you people are fearing and hating on hell and my people. Let me give you more
Basically.
reason to do that."
Basically, yeah. Where did he get the money? I don't remember where he got the money.
Bro, who
$2.5
cares?
million.
He stole a bank. I don't know, man.
Anyway,
He didn't steal from the bank. He stole the bank.
He's from hell. He's got that charisma. He just, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember if it's in this episode or the next. I think it's in the next episode. But like I said earlier, hell is scientifically proven to exist. And Baines, again, played by Kevin Conroy, is the most based character in this entire show. Like,
Absolutely.
we're gonna come out and say it. They want you to hate this character so bad. Like, he is the most.
I mean, not yet.
No, like it's they lay it on thick. He is, because you got to remember from the perspective. Let me slow down. Baines, the vice president, is very, very a very, very devout Christian. He's constantly quoting the Bible. He's constantly saying we need to trust in God. We need to carry on our holy mission to defend the earth against hell. Like that is, and he is very upfront, very outgoing about this. And you could tell the show really wants you to think it's cringe, even though it's based.
Yeah.
Because there's this scene where he's talking to Dr. Fisher, and he says, yes, we need to carry on our holy charge of protecting Earth from hell. And Dr. Fisher's like, yeah, dude, yeah, sure. He's like nervously laughing and sweating because he's being uncomfortable because his boss is devout. And it's like, what did y'all think we were supposed to feel like?
Yeah.
This is a world where hell is scientifically proven to exist. And I think they even like go as far as saying it's the biblical hell. I don't remember. Do they say that?
I know that they reference mythology. Let me see where it was. I was just going through the thing. Let me control F real quick. Yeah, so they're like talking about how the hostile environment they're talking about is hell, and he says, yeah, mythology exists to explain reality. Why do you think every culture on Earth tells the same stories about demons in the underworld? Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like it's non-specific.
Yeah.
But even then,
But
like
still,
like if someone found like the underworld TM exists, I could see some people like saying,
that's the
it's
thing.
hell.
They're not saying the underworld TM exists. They're saying hell trademark
exists.
exists.
They say hell. They specifically choose the word hell. Like, and that's not from Vice President Baines. That's from Dr. Fisher. He says that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's from literally everyone who references it.
It goes to show how backwards these writers are. Like, even outside of the show writing, it makes me wonder about them as people.
Right?
Like you said, like we were supposed to take the side of this scientist that's like nervous about Vice President Baines? No,
Who's
like
right?
you really expected us to think that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go in hell and bomb it.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But like, I like Dr. Fisher. It's just that this weird thing. It's like when you see a character, you're like, oh, this guy's nice, and then he does something weird, and you're like, why the frick did he do that? That's what I feel for Dr. Fisher, because he's reasonable. Like, he's very smart. He's obviously good at his job. He's very kind to other people. So why is he like nervous around Baines when he's like, yeah, man, we gotta protect our home against these literal demons.
I like Dr. Fisher because he very helpfully points out giant plot holes in this
yes,
in this show. So anyways,
so funny.
So hitting the high points of this episode so we can go on to the next one, because it really takes a nosedive after episode 4 and we're still on episode 1. So White Rabbit steals the thing. He needs both stones and the sword to close the barrier between Hell and Earth. And they, the government gets a hold of this, and they're like, we have Darkcom to handle this. And then they interrogate Enzo, who is
he's like a
kind
fixer.
of like,
Not a fixer, like a.
He's like almost like Dante's agent. He's like,
yeah, he's like an agent for different jobs.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I have this job for you, blah, 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 blah. And then they go interrogate Enzo because he knows about Dante. And then I think he tells them where they are. And Dante kills a demon or something. Oh, also the demon transforms into a baby. It's a shape-shifting demon. And then it transforms into Virgil.
Adult Virgil.
And Virgil's supposed to have died when they were young. And Dante immediately recognizes him as Virgil, despite being adult Virgil. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. And then what else happens?
He realizes that the demons are after his amulet.
Is that what happens?
The synopsis mentions that they're unsuccessful in stealing his half of the amulet. So
Vice President's thing. He says that.
He's so based.
He says, so he's talking about Armageddon and stuff. He's like, you must understand what would happen. The demon who makes other demons wake up in a cult. No, that's not him. Is it him? I'm going to skip to the base part. He says, this is Darkcom's purpose. This is our divine charge. Be the last line of defense against the Inferno. To which Dr. Fisher says, right, our divine charge. Dude, he's so based. Shut up. What do you mean right? Yeah, he is right.
Why would you not be gung-ho about defending Earth against
kill the demons? Let's go.
Like that. Why would you be nervous? Like at this point, who cares if the guy is like, let's say that he is being cringe. Who cares? But anyway,
it's crazy.
Are we introduced to the mercenaries here or the Darkcoms? No, that's next.
No, that's episode 2.
Anyways, there is one person who survived the White Rabbit attack. Apparently, that's introduced here.
Oh yeah. So let me read the synopsis for episode 2.
Yeah.
Vice President Baines hires mercenaries to track down Dante and procure the amulet. The amulet is the other half of the stone that White Rabbit needs to get in the sword. He hires the mercenaries to track down Dante and procure the amulet, overseen by an elite team of Darkcom agents led by Mary Ann Arkham, who recognizes one of the mercenaries as a demon and promptly kills it. So Mary Ann Arkham, that's Lady from the games. Moving on. Anders, the only survivor of the White Rabbit attack, also joins the team. So, I'm trying to remember with the White Rabbit attack. Where else did he attack? I can't remember.
I think it's from the mercenaries.
Is it?
Yeah, he survived that.
Anyway, his name is Anders, and he joins the team. Baines forces Enzo to draw Dante out, but Dante sees through him and refuses to give up the amulet because it was given to him by his mother. He effortlessly takes out multiple waves of mercenaries and then engages Arkham, who he nicknames Lady, in combat. During their fight, Lady theorizes that Dante is a human-demon hybrid, though he dismisses her. She mocks him for being unaware of his true nature or the purpose of his amulet and uses advanced technology to subdue him. Darkcom then prepares to transport Dante to their headquarters for questioning. So, what do you want to go over first? Let's clearly the best Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Like it's like that. Or no, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, whatever.
I don't know, man.
It's like that where they write a character that's supposed to be bad, but they end up getting bad. They end up writing it so terribly that they horseshoe around to being good. That's who Baines is. He's the only person with good dialogue here. Everything else is awful. Hello, Better with Bacon. Good to see you. But
and Lady is the worst one.
Lady stands above. She is the apex of terrible dialogue. Everything she says is terrible. It hurts me. It
It's
physically
like
harms me.
it's almost like I cannot believe it was done without purpose. Like it's like they
It
purposefully did
feels
it.
it feels like purposeful. She's so bad. Let me try to
Anyways,
find lady.
let me go forward a bit. So she kills one of these mercenaries that have showed up. Oh, Bacon, we're discussing the Devil May Cry series, the anime, and how awful it is. Anyways, so Mary or Lady kills this demon who's there at the mercenaries, right? He's there to help them. Okay, he's been a mercenary for quite some time, apparently, and it's showing that she just hates demons so much. Like, I don't care if this guy's on our side, we're going to kill him, and they do. All right, it's not. If I remember correctly, there's nothing that shows that he was like a plant or a spy. He was just happened to be a demon that was also a mercenary, right?
As far as I know, yeah, like they don't go into what his motives for being there are. He's just there and he's a demon. He does try to attack. That's it.
I mean, after they became very clear that they were going to kill him.
Yeah, like it's not. Who knows, dude? I don't know.
Oh, so it doesn't talk about it in the synopsis, but they have anti-demon bullets, where when they come into contact with demon blood, they blow up.
Yes.
Okay, very important.
This is like it comes into contact with demon blood, which means it can recognize the individual cells because that's what blood is.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. So I'm trying to find some dialogue from Lady for some reason. I looked up the F word because she likes to say that a lot, and for some reason it doesn't appear. Did they censor the script or something?
She does talk like a middle schooler who just learned what cussing is, like the whole time.
It's really bad. Like it's cringe.
Let me continue a little bit. So they get with Enzo and they're like, "You're gonna help us catch Dante," and so they go to Dante's apartment, or I think, and then Enzo's trying to he's trying to work with the government, but he's also trying to be like, "Hey, Dante, he doesn't try to help at all. He just kind of is there." Then of course Dante is like the main character. He's like, "Oh, they're trying to catch me," and so Enzo switches sides. Then, anyways, he absolutely wipes the floor. Like in the description says, effortlessly takes out multiple waves of mercenaries. That is literally true. He was not trying at all.
Yeah, he even
zero
jokes
effort.
around.
Yeah, he's making jokes the whole time. And then Lady comes in, and because she's the other main character of the show, she's special. So she has no anything to help her. She has some technology that would definitely not do it. Like she has some jumping boots or something, like rocket boots or something. I can't remember.
She has jumping boots and these bracelets that magnify her guns so that they float back into her hands.
Yeah, so she can't be disarmed with them. Anyways, so she shoots Dante with these anti-demon bullets and they blow up, okay? Which is why she's like, "Oh, you're a demon." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And then so she's like, "Well, you're half demon or something like that, right?"
Dante doesn't know that he's half demon.
He does not know. There are multiple times in the animated fight where it's just absolute garbage. Like that should not have happened. Where they're just like, "Oh, there's some heavy plot armor going on," which is whatever. They can't write. Obviously, they're not gonna be able to animate a fight scene.
When Dante was fighting the mercenaries, he moves so fast that if you blink, he can switch sides of the room. Like he's that fast. He's basically as fast as Sonic. That's how fast he is. Because every conversation I'm in revolves back to Sonic. It all comes back to Sonic. But anyway,
yes.
But when he's fighting Lady, suddenly he's not that fast anymore.
Or strong.
Or strong, yeah. Like he can do some serious damage, and I guess she just is immune to that for some reason.
Yeah.
Because
anyways,
girl power or what?
No, because of plot armor.
It's not girl power. There's no I will say this. There's no preachy message about gender politics in this. It's just they really like Lady, like her as a character.
Yeah.
But which is ironic because they butcher
her
her
so
bad.
So
it's ugh.
Here's what I don't understand is when she says you're a half demon and he doesn't believe it. why would he not believe that? Why would that surprise him if he's teleporting all around?
Well, he's not teleporting. He's just fast. He thinks he's just special. I don't know.
No, so they do go over this in a later episode when I think she asks him, so if you're not half a demon, what do you think you are? And he thinks he's a superhero.
Yeah. Which is completely in character for Dante.
Yeah,
he's very
I will say that.
self-centered. He's very he's not that logical.
In this version of Dante, it is in character. So it does beg the question though, because he's killing demons all the time. So like, did he never when someone says, "Oh, you're half demon," does he not like think to himself, "Wait, maybe I was wrong"? I don't know.
Anyways, so that Dante's captured by Lady and his amulet is taken, right? That's basically what happens in this episode.
And they take him to the very nondescript Darkcom van.
Yeah, that has Darkcom plastered on the side of it.
Let me tell you, Darkcom was so secret, the president didn't even know about it until yesterday. But then in this episode, they go to the Darkcom building with the Darkcom logo plastered all over it. Then they drive their Darkcom MRAPs to let their Darkcom soldiers run out in their Darkcom uniforms.
And they all have logos.
It's so bad. It's in big, bold, black letters. Darkcom.
Yeah, it's like
what is
it's like they had all this in storage, and they're like, guys, this is the time. It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, they have it in their Darkcom storage building that's 100 stories tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically the episode.
It's like a secret hideout from SpongeBob or something.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Hold on.
It's like one of those buildings from Invader Zim.
It's very important, guys. Okay, so these anti-demon bullets blow up when they come into contact with Dante's blood, who, whether Dante knows it or not, he's only half demon. He's half demon, half human. Okay, so apparently only being half demon is enough to spark the blood to, whatever.
It doesn't fully explode. Like, they don't.
It definitely fully explodes.
But it doesn't do as much damage to him as it would to a real demon.
That's
which is
he's
weird.
built different.
It's like it half explodes. Like, it's like a video game. It did half the damage. He has 50% protection.
No, I didn't get that. I didn't get that from the show.
But anyway, on to episode 3. I'm gonna read the plot. In a flashback, Mary and her parents, Mary being Lady, narrowly survive a demon attack in a subway.
Mary's oh my god, I forgot about this. I hate this so
much. Mary's father, John, becomes a pariah when he tries to alert the authorities, who believe he's gone insane. Do you want to go over that before we just go over everything else? I guess the quick version.
Everything about the dad?
Yeah, the quick version is Mary, as a little girl, mom and dad, they're walking through the subway and they get attacked by a demon. And of course, it's like terrifying. The only reason they survive is because the demon gets run over by the subway.
Pure chance. They were
pure
dead.
Chance. They just lucked out. This thing would have eaten them, bones and all, but they just lucked out. So, of course, the dad tries to explain this to the police, but they think he's crazy. And
makes sense. I mean, honestly.
So he tries to concoct his own way to protect him and his family with chemistry and whatnot. He's trying to figure out the secrets of unlocking human potential or something. I don't know. They don't explain it.
Yeah. He goes hardcore, I need to protect my family.
I'm pretty sure this is all Devil May Cry 3 stuff, so I don't know.
As any father would.
And should.
But in doing this, he does isolate himself from the rest of his family because this is his sole focus. And of course, this irks the wife a bit. She's like, you need to spend time with your family. And he's like, I'm trying to protect my family. And she says, oh, you mean like when we got attacked in the subway and you just stood there?
They literally say this in the show.
I'm not joking.
Statement.
This is not an exaggeration. She says this. I don't know. It's not verbatim, but that's basically what she says.
He's literally correctly like, that's the point, you idiot.
He's like, yes. Here's the thing.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the thing. This is not terrible. I could see someone who is not in the right they're not like emotionally stable saying this, right?
Mhm.
We don't get like any screen time with the mom, so we don't know if she's like a vindictive person or whatever.
We don't know what's
Although
happening on
she's
the outside.
characterized, the way she's characterized, they want you to think that she's very nice and very reasonable.
Yeah.
And she
I
does,
mean,
to her credit, she does apologize immediately after, but she already said it. So it is,
And anyone that's survived a demon attack is going to be affected. Sure.
well,
yeah, but this is like way after the fact.
this is a nondescript amount of time afterwards, to the point where
way after the fact.
He's been isolated for so long that they've blown up in an argument like this. So it could be like a month, 2 months, who knows? They don't say.
Well, Lady is older, so it's.
Is she?
I think so.
Well, anyway, so
Wow.
on the surface, I don't have a problem with something like this, but they want me to like the mom. This isn't making me like the mom. That's the one thing that irks me, is that, like, if you were characterizing someone who's unreasonable and doesn't see the logic in something, why would that is not what they're doing here. They're trying to make me like this person, and they are not succeeding. So anyway,
I mean, it's not only that, but they also made me dislike Lady's character.
why? What'd they do here?
Well, it's not here, but it's later on. The same story.
Okay. So moving on. In the present, Dr. Fisher runs tests on Dante's amulet. He's doing this in the van, by the way, like in the van with Dante in the back. He's running tests.
Yeah.
Baines speaks to Dante and tells him that he must prove himself by working for the government in order to be cleaned of his demonic blood by God. Though Dante maintains that his advanced healing factor and unnaturally sharp reflexes are due to a superhero mutation.
Pause. So Baines is telling him, like, you're a demon, but that doesn't matter. God chose you. You can redeem yourself.
Yes. Baines.
So Baines. Meanwhile, Lady is literally killing demons who are trying to help them.
And, like, Baines is the best character. He's unironically the best character. He's like, listen, you might be half demon, but I can tell your heart's in the right place. God can redeem you. You can still be a hero that you obviously want to be. We can help. We could use your help, Dante. But of course, Lady is racist to demons. But moving on.
Understandably,
Understandably, yeah. But again, it's a case of, like, they want Baines to be like the bad guy because he likes God. It's very cringe.
It's so stupid. Christian, therefore bad.
Now hold on.
Literally,
that's as deep as these writers get.
Hold on, wait. So that Dr. Fisher runs tests on Dante's amulet. However, that's a really short sentence to cover a massive plot hole. Go on.
So he's running tests on the amulet. So this is where they explain the plan of the villain.
Mechanics.
Yes, the mechanics of his plan. So he got the sword of Sparta, something edge, whatever. He got the sword, and he has one half of the stone. And why does he need this? Well, it turns out that I think they actually skipped over the whole, like, backstory and lore for Sparta and everything. So
they explain it later, I think.
Well, just to go over it now so that it's understandable, Sparta, who is Dante's father, years ago, like millennia ago.
They don't know.
Did they say 2 millennia or whatever? Like,
they consistently changed it.
Yeah, they get wrong.
I remember
it's
watching
2,000 years. No, it's 20,000 years.
No, it's 2 million years. I can't remember.
Yeah,
they changed it.
They actually changed it. Like, they messed up. And it wasn't like a joke, like, oh, look at how they messed up. Like, it was an actual mistake.
They just messed up.
But anyway, years and years ago, Sparta, who was a demon working in hell under his demon boss, decided he didn't want that to be the case anymore. He thought that he should help. So he took his sword with the stones in it and created a divide between hell and earth, because apparently, originally, they were the same place. And humans and demons share the same ancestors. So hell is no longer hell as we know it anymore. It's different. Even though they still call it hell.
Sparta is a canonically good demon. Like, no arguing the fact.
Yeah.
Despite what Lady thinks.
Yeah, lady thinks that he just decided, maybe I shouldn't be evil. Like that's how she explains it.
Is that what she said? I thought she said that he had like some ulterior motive. I can't remember.
Let's see. Let me look up the F word in the transcript and you'll find out if I can get past this ad. What the I
Anyways, while
can't
you're
look at
looking
the
for that,
transcript. It won't let me get past the ad, so we'll just have
press
to
the
move
X
on.
button. Wait, which episode? The third episode?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Sorry. Yeah, my wife was very kind enough to provide us with a transcript, but she gave us the most cancerous one on the internet, I guess.
Honestly, I can't complain. I could have tried getting it myself, but I didn't. So
Yeah, none of us did anything. So
Yeah, it's definitely. Let me just look with Sparta. Maybe she says Sparta.
yeah, I think the script is censored.
Are we in episode 3 already?
yeah.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I don't think she says it in this episode.
Well, anyway, to explain the mechanics of the villain's plan, the way Sparta separated Hell and Earth is he has the sword. The sword is what does it. But in order for the sword to do it, it needs those stones in it. And the stones, he actually, once he separated Earth from Hell, he took the stones out, divided them in two, and made them harder to find.
Oh, I found it! Here it is. Here it is. Yes. He says the transmitter works precisely as I theorized, of course. It emits one half of a quantum interference pattern. The rest of the pattern comes from the amulet's other piece. So if that thing is needed to destroy the wall between us and the demon realm. Oh, no. Yeah. So he's saying you need both stones because each stone is one half of the quantum interference pattern, and the sword is like the transmitter, essentially. All right. This is they're adding this to be clear. None of this is like in the thing, but whatever. They're saying each stone, half of the thing, half of the essentially transmission. Sword is the transmitter. Okay. To which the soldier who's in the van with him rightly says, so if that thing is needed to destroy the wall between us and the demon realm, how about we smash it right now?
Yeah, get rid of it. That way it'll be impossible.
Which the doctor says, no, absolutely no smashing it. The amulet's signal is actively maintaining the quantum wall. All right. So he says the natural state of the two realms is to be joined. We can't destroy the stone, otherwise the wall, the barrier would collapse. All right. He says if we destroy the transmitter, we don't know what would happen to the stability of either universe.
Okay.
All right. And then he says, like, not to mention what we can gain, the potential applications for quantum computing, blah, 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 blah. All right.
Yeah, he wants to help people. He's
just
such a nice person.
The good guys, Darkom, cannot destroy the stone because the stone is maintaining the barrier.
Right. Okay.
The rabbit has one of the stones.
His plan is to get rid of the barrier. Why doesn't he just smash his own stone?
Doesn't he just smash it? And then, okay, hold on, wait. I know what you're saying. The scientists just said we don't know what will happen to the stability of either universe. Okay, so maybe he cares a lot about hell. He doesn't want hell to become unstable.
Okay.
Which, which will become clear later on, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, when Adet and I were watching this, we were like, "Oh, the White Rabbit. He must have like an ulterior motive that we don't know about." That was our conclusion when we saw this. By the way, there were multiple times where we had to pause the show and just die inside for a couple minutes because the show kept shooting itself in the foot.
Well, we had to confirm to each other that we weren't being stupid and understanding the show incorrectly.
Yes.
We're like, this is what I just got from that scene. And then Gruff was like, that's what I got from that scene too. It's like, okay, just wanted to make sure we're on the same page of how stupid this is.
And we would rewatch the scene just to be sure because we were that like, we wanted to be sure that like, did we like misinterpret this at the same time, both of us? And we rewatch it. We're like, no, we didn't. That's what he said.
I was pouring gasoline on my Haterade engine.
For real, dude. So, moving on. Let's see here. All right. Aided by a gang of demons, the White Rabbit ambushes the prison convoy and steals the second half of the amulet. So again, this synopsis doesn't go into detail, but again, these are dark-com MRAPs going down the public highway. The White Rabbit is able to stop them by putting bombs on the overpass and blowing it up. And like, there are no decoy vans that are in different areas, like going other places. There's only the one convoy for some
that
reason.
has both Dante and the stone.
And Dr. Fisher and
Dr. Fisher.
Lady and the other mercs that they need. Like, they put all their eggs in one basket. It's this or nothing else. They are actually retarded. And they have multiple MRAPs. I don't know why they did this.
They have so many. Anyways, I just remember the fact that I specifically remember the rabbit taking the stone and being like, "All right, I'm gonna leave now," and then Dr. Fisher just whacking him with a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
And then the rabbit turns around and is like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to kill you." Stab. He's like, "Bro."
Yeah, Dr. Fisher, for some reason. I love Dr. Fisher. I hardly knew.
I love him too.
He was very nice. I liked him, but unfortunately he gets struck by dumb towards the end of his life. He sees this demon he watched on camera dispatch multiple Black Ops mercenaries with a sword, and they had guns. He's like, you know what? This mechanical keyboard, this Logitech keyboard is all I need.
He also just saw that him and his goons just absolutely destroyed Darkcom's convoy.
Yes, in person.
It sounds like an excuse for the writers to show how cool the White Rabbit is. Either that, or they didn't have anything else planned for Dr. Fisher.
Yeah,
I think it's a combination of both. Like, they wanted to show, oh, here's a moment we could show the White Rabbit being evil. And they also didn't know what to do with Dr. Fisher because, as far as I know, he's not like a legacy character from Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he was a good character, so they couldn't have him in the show. So
can't have that.
I will also take this time to point out this is when the 3D animation comes out.
Oh god,
with the demons, and it looks so bad. Like, so
we're
bad.
We're talking 3D Berserk levels of bad. It's that bad. It's really, really bad. But
anyways, that's neither here nor there.
We're not done with Dr. Fisher. So Dr. Fisher tries to kill the White Rabbit with the Logitech keyboard. Doesn't work, obviously. He gets stabbed and he's, bleeding out. So they're inside the MRAP, by the way. By the way, does everyone know what MRAPs are?
It's like an armored vehicle.
Yeah. So they're in the MRAP, and he's walking out with the amulet because both of the stones together form an amulet. Or actually, it doesn't matter. He's walking out with both of the stones. And Dr. Fisher is still alive. He's like, wait, I still have to kill you. And so he takes a grenade from a dead soldier beside and pulls the pin and throws it at the White Rabbit. To which the White Rabbit just closes the door. And so it bounces off the inside of the door and kills Dr. Fisher. That's how he dies. Freaking Tom and Jerry level death over here. That's like something you would literally see in Tom and Jerry.
Where were we? He seals the second half of the amulet.
I was gonna say you hear Goofy.
Yeah, exactly. He fuses both halves together, but does not enact his plan. Wait, I'm so confused. Fisher's dead, but this says causing Fisher to work out that he is still missing something else. And then it says the rabbit kills Fisher.
Yeah, so just in case people didn't realize, the rabbit fuses both halves of the amulet together in the sword, but he doesn't enact his plan. He doesn't he doesn't remove the barrier between hell and earth. He doesn't do it, which makes Fisher and other characters think that he's maybe missing something else, or maybe he might have a different plan. Then Rabbit kills Fisher, wounds Anders, and takes Enzo hostage. Fisher was the doctor. Anders was the survivor from his first attack, and Enzo is Dante's fixer. Am I using that phrase correctly? Fixer?
I don't know what a fixer is.
Is it
He's his
handler?
agent.
Is it handler?
I wouldn't call it a handler.
He
More
does
of an
not
agent.
handle him.
um,
He's like his
Dante.
agent. He's like his temp agency. He's like,
Yeah,
oh
he's
yes,
an
here's a
agent.
job.
There's a word for it that I'm forgetting. I'm pretty sure fixer is like for thievery, but whatever. So he takes Enzo hostage. Dante pursues him on a motorbike, but is almost killed when a dark com bomb implanted in his neck explodes. The rabbit then refers to Dante as Sparta's son. Plasma, which is the shape-shifting demon, takes the form of a dark com agent. I don't know if we went over Plasma. I didn't even know his name was Plasma.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But a couple things.
Okay.
The key takeaway is there is now a demon disguised as a dark com soldier.
Yeah. Is Anders a double agent still, right? Yeah, it doesn't.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it says that in this episode, but it didn't.
Yeah, for
comment
some
about
reason
it.
they're not going over it in the synopsis. So the
He
guy
doesn't want
Anders,
spoilers.
I mean, who cares?
Okay.
So I mean, it's implied
don't
in
watch
this
the show.
episode. So Anders, he survived the attack from the White Rabbit, and everyone's like, "Man, Anders, you're so brave to survive that and still be willing to fight." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I just want to see my daughters again." And he was like rubbing a photo of his daughters. But then it's implied in this episode that he is actually working as a double agent because the White Rabbit like looks at him dead in the eyes and does not kill him. I think he like nods to him or something or smiles at him.
I'm sorry. Who is the double agent?
Anders.
Okay.
So Anders
Now,
is
hold-
double agent. Yeah.
We need to go over about this bomb implanted in Dante's neck.
Yeah, yeah. So
And how
when
stupid this is.
so when they first captured Dante, Lady implanted a bomb in his neck, just like Suicide Squad, basically.
I figured it was Plasma that would do something like that.
No,
It was Lady.
it was Lady.
Makes sense.
Like this was all part of the plan. It's also part of it works as a tracker as well.
Yeah, it's to keep him from running away.
Adept and I had a slight disagreement over this because he didn't realize that the tracker was on the bomb, not the amulet. But it is on the bomb. So as Dante is chasing the rabbit on a motorcycle. This is when Last Resort plays, by the way. Cut my life into two pieces. This is my last resort.
Into two pieces. Only two.
Cut my life into two equally
In two
sample
pieces.
pieces.
Give me the Costco sample of my life.
Bro, this sounds like a Chili's appetizer. The sampler, my life sampler.
Anyways,
so and this is like, man, it doesn't feel right, the song, but it's okay. We went over that. So the bomb goes off, even though they like Dante and Lady have a very short conversation, and he's basically like, "I'm going after the White Rabbit. I'm going to stop him." I'm pretty sure that's in there. But she like lets this bomb still go off.
no, doesn't she set it off?
No, it's set to go off like if he goes a
it's
certain
the
distance
radius.
away from
That's
them.
right.
Yeah. And like it blows up right as he's about to stop them, but yeah.
Which just happens to foil the rabbit's plan, as we'll get to later.
The whole time, the White Rabbit, he's trying to goad Dante into using his devil trigger to prove to him that he's half demon.
Well, also he has to do to activate the stones and whatever.
Yeah, that too. It's like a two-pronged effort. He wants to prove that he's half demon, and also he wants to
He needs to activate
open the
Sparta.
portal.
Like,
And
why would you want your enemy to know about his power?
well, the whole thing is that he wants him on his side. He's like, oh, if he sees that he's half demon, maybe he'll be on my side.
Which doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It's like
'Cause
it's like when people.
He doesn't need any help so far.
It's like
Seems
when
like-
people say that Superman's name is Kal-El. It's not. It's Clark because he was raised on Earth. Like same thing for Dante. He's not gonna see he's half demon and be like, oh, I guess I should work on the demon side now. Like, no, he was raised on Earth. Like he's gonna still be on the human side. But so you have this chase action scene of like he wants to goad him into becoming a demon. He's saying, "You're a demon." And Dante's like, "No, I'm not." And it's like this kind of low level, but still on a certain level, existential like questioning of what Dante is. And meanwhile, in the background, it's just suffocation, no breathing.
Well, to be clear though, he needs irrespective of whether he's trying to get Dante on his side, he does need, as we learn later, he needs to activate Dante's devil trigger in order to activate Sparta's blood to activate the sword or whatever to destroy the barrier. Even though he could just destroy one of the stones.
So, anyways, I don't think there's anything left for this. Oh yeah, plasma takes the form of a dark comm agent.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
Now there's 2 double agents.
Yes. All right, episode 4. Dante and Enzo find themselves captive on Vice President Bane's hijacked plane. It is never explained how this happened. They're just the demons just have control of this plane now. Anyway,
so Baines is there too, just so you know,
because the writers needed it to happen. We're gonna see this as a theme.
It's because they need Baines to have more screen time to be based.
Exactly, like
even though they think he's cringe.
I don't want to downplay this. This is Air Force 2.
Yeah,
they just have control over Air Force 2. By the way, Baines remains oh God, I love this character. Baines remains confident that God has bigger plans for Dante and that he will not die, though the other hostages are terrified. Or sorry, no, I misread that. Baines remains confident that God has bigger plans for him, Baines himself, and that he will not die, though other hostages are terrified. So literally, he's like, God will keep me. I'm not worried.
That is so cool.
He's like held prisoner in handcuffs on his knees in Air Force 2 by literal demons from hell, and he's just like, yeah, God's got it. This is meant to make you dislike the character, by the way. Again, like, what were they thinking? I love this guy. I guess now that like we've kind of gotten into it, when we first watched this show and we saw Baines and like he was voiced by Kevin Conroy and we heard that the show was terrible, we were like, oh no, this is Kevin Conroy's last performance and he's in this terrible show. He's probably going to be a terrible character. This is so unfortunate. But then he turned out to be the best character, and I could not be more happy.
Good character.
I could not be more happy. Anyway, so Baines, he's all good. He thinks God is going to protect him. The other hostages are terrified, though. Dante continues to doubt that Sparta is his father, while the White Rabbit decries his legacy for betraying demon kind.
Once again, both the good guys and the bad guys agree Sparta was a good demon. Lady has none of it.
Yeah. The rabbit lures Darkcom in. Oh, yeah. So switch from that setting. Now we're looking at a lady and her mercs. The rabbit lures them into a trap. It's using the names of the demons, and they never say the names of the demons, I don't think. Yeah. Cavalier and Echidna then begin slaughtering the agents, leaving a traumatized lady as the only survivor.
Once again.
One sec, I'll be right back. How do I mute this?
You click the mute button. Anyways, so these demons eviscerate the Darkcom mercenaries, who are supposed to be like the top dogs. Like these are the anti-demon elite force. Kills every single one of them except Lady. Okay, she's the sole survivor. Okay, and then she gets poisoned in this fight, which it doesn't tell you, but she begins hallucinating. About her father and her dead teammates, but is able to evade Cavalier by relying on the help of a family who are also trapped in the building. So it's a family trapped in this building, okay? But she then turns her gun on them when she realizes that they're demons. This family are demons, okay? And then she says she learns that they fled hell with the rabbit in search of refuge, but are now his prisoners, okay? So now we've arrived at the fact that not all the demons are bad. Some of them are actually not only they're just trapped in this they're just caught in the bad spot. They're actually good, despite the fact that it was extremely strange, extremely out of the ordinary, to where like people didn't believe it that Sparta was a good demon. Turns out, a ton of them. There's so many.
Well, to
and
be
they're
fair,
all fugitives.
I will throw the show a bone here. It does remain consistent on this at least. Sparta was ruling over others because humans and demons didn't have there wasn't a separation between humans and demons at this point. He was ruling over them under his boss, which I think is Mundus. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And everyone was subjugated. So it's not like stated like you could still subjugate evil demons, but the fact that some of them evolved to become humans does imply that not all are bad. So the show does remain consistent on that, but it's one of those things where this is a show about demon hunters and you're making the demons like morally gray, and sometimes they're like just straight up refugees. I don't know. It comes out of left field. It's a little weird.
It's a very bad direction for the story. Anyways,
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say this is a bad idea, because ideas, it all depends on the execution. But I don't like the way it's very heavy-handed. Like, these people are wearing
heavy-handed,
ragged clothing. They're literally like a family unit, 2 parents and a baby. Like, it is so quaint, and like the picture of innocence, and it's just so heavy-handed, like, dog.
I would push
get
back.
it. To like get it, it's just like
get it. They're good. I would say is a bad direction for a story that you're calling Devil May Cry and that you're basing off of Devil May Cry. And just as a passing fan of Devil May Cry, I'm like, yeah, demons are bad, and Dante's special because he's a good demon. And same as Sparta. And then it's like, we need to kill them. That's literally his job.
Well, I wouldn't say that, because there's 2 perspectives. There's the some knowledge, or maybe even a lot of knowledge about the games, and then no knowledge. Because in that assumption, you're bringing in some knowledge from other stuff. If you were looking at this as its own thing, it does have consistency there. And the whole Devil May Cry title, that's a play off of the phrase Devil May Care, which is like, oh, this person doesn't care, which is obviously supposed to be about Dante. He's a very aloof character. So I wouldn't go that far as to say this is a bad direction for the story. It's all in the execution, and I just don't think they executed it well.
Fair enough.
Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, so the family helps her. She turns her gun on them when she realizes they are demons. Learns that they fled hell with the rabbit in search of refuge, but are now his prisoners.
Hold on. She didn't realize that they were demons.
Yeah, they don't look like demons.
Well, hold on. They have green skin.
Do they? I thought it was gray. Anyways,
it's like a very pale, like vomit green color.
I've seen gamers that look like that.
They're wearing hoods. they're wearing hoods, but like you could still see like from their eyes down, and they're not wearing gloves as far as I remember. And there's 3 of them.
It's yet another contrivance. The only reason they're wearing hoods is so that lady.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this is when we find Muthrees or something. I don't know. Set the point across, like, guys.
She will continue her mission to find the amulet. So that's what
step above. It's a step below. Like, she is consistently worse than all the other characters. They're god awful. Anyway, moving on.
Where were we? You can use her thing to find the amulet. Oh yeah.
We'll probably start episode 4 real quick after a bit.
Yeah. Dante fights Agni and Rudra, these are demons. They don't tell you the names. And activates his true. Oh yeah, that's the red and blue guys that look awful. Activates his true powers when remembering his childhood. So this is when he activates his devil trigger, and they play the wrong theme. He kills Agni, and in enraged Rudra blows up the plane in response. At this point,
there's a lot to go over.
It's dumb, I don't mind them playing the theme, but they
So
when he activates his devil trigger, they activate Nero's theme from Devil May Cry 5.
They play
it's-
Double Trigger, which is not his theme. That's a different character's theme who's not even in this show. Oh, and another thing, they got the voice actor for Nero, who this theme is for, who's not even in this show. They got the voice actor for Nero to play Dante.
Yeah, so the writer just likes Nero way better than Dante, apparently.
I don't understand. Oh yeah, and we never really went over the 3D animation. Like I said, it's as bad as 3D Berserk. I mean that literally. If it really, they look like a different art style.
It looks really bad.
It's a very stark difference. Like if I would think if there was like a crossover plot, like kind of like Spider-Verse, where people are animated differently depending on where they're from, it would look like that. That's how bad it looks.
Are you talking about like in fight scenes where it has like quick cuts and things like that?
No,
Or
all
No, we
the
mean
time.
literally the character models themselves.
In fact, there are like I'd say 2, maybe 5% of the shots. There's glimpses of 2D animation for the demons.
yeah, but
And
it's
it's
just
only
all demons are the 3D.
not all demons. It's only very specific ones. The ones that are I think would have been too complicated to animate. Maybe they didn't have time. Maybe they were rushed. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the resources. Something
Dang,
happened.
I'm so glad I didn't play Devil May Cry before watching this. Apparently, Agni and Rudra are from Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah. Yeah, these are demons from the games.
I would have been so sad. Anyways.
Yeah. It would have been cool to see them in 2D. Like the small glimpses we get they look cool. But anyway, moving on. So Dante activates his devil trigger and kills one of the brothers. I call them red and blue. I think there's like gray one, but whatever. He kills one of them he kills the blue one, which angers the red one. He blows up the plane and everyone's falling. And that's
He
the
killed
end of
the
the episode.
blue one?
Pretty sure.
I thought he
'Cause
killed the red one.
No, the red one is the explodey one. That's why he's red. Is that? It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
That's how little we cared about these characters.
It was the red one. He did kill the red one.
Anyways, any questions so far, David?
No, not right now. Just why?
Yeah. So, Lady continues to evade the demons and discovers a laboratory where the White Rabbit has been conducting deadly experiments on other demons. She even finds a demon that like it's still alive on a table and it's like saying "kill me." It's terrible.
It's so thick.
Yeah, it's like
Laying it on thick, boy.
laying it on thick.
The demons are no bad.
She reunites with one of her colleagues, unaware that he's actually Plasma, who has assumed the Darkcom soldier's identity. When he refers to Hell by its demon name, Makai, she realizes he's an imposter, but Plasma quickly gains the upper hand. So basically, Plasma has won temporarily. She offers to give him information on Darkcom in exchange for her life. And when Echidna then ambushes the pair, she accidentally attacks Plasma instead. Yeah, so she's Plasma has won the fight. Lady saying, "Hey, I'll give you information on Darkcom if you let me live." Then another demon attacks them and accidentally hits Plasma, allowing Lady to escape.
No, you left the important bit out. So Plasma's a shapeshifter. He shapeshifted into Lady to infiltrate Darkcom.
Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot.
And so the other demon comes in swinging and just happens to attack Plasma, who looks like Lady.
They don't communicate at all that hey, I'm doing this, so don't attack me. He didn't need to disguise himself as Lady in that moment. They only did it so that he could get got. That's it.
Yeah.
They did it so they could have Lady die in the trailer.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that happened or not. But, Lady is then able to kill Echidna by shooting her with demon-killing bullets. She delivers a speech promising to protect the demon refugees. Oh yeah, she finds this room with security cameras and an intercom system that goes throughout the whole building. and she delivers a speech promising to protect the demon refugees. But when she leaves, Baines orders all the refugees to be killed.
Because they're demons.
Yeah, because the show wants you to be like, oh, look how evil he is, but they never address the fact that he simply doesn't know what Lady knows. He's never informed. All he knows is that hell is real. Demons come from hell. These are demons. We need to kill them. That's literally his job as like Darkcom's leader. And so seeing what Baines has done, Plasma, who is still alive, he gets to the room that Lady was in with the security cameras and the intercom. He commits suicide by hitting a button in that room, which blows up the lab and the entire building.
Wait, sorry, who does?
The
shapeshifter.
Okay.
Now switching over to Dante. Dante
He's
is
falling out of the sky.
He's falling out of the sky from Air Force 2. Dante is able to use his newfound abilities to save Enzo, Baines, and the other hostages from the plane by transforming into a winged demon form, which is his devil trigger. He then continues his fight with Rundra, who is killed by Lady when they crash land in the rabbit's hideout. Yeah, so this is insane. So they had them imprisoned on Air Force 2, which blew up, which was not part of the plan. So as far as where they are in the sky is totally random. And Dante saves the hostages, then fights Rundra, the demon, in the air, and just so happens to crash into the building that Lady is in. Lady kills the demon.
And Lady is the one who kills Rudra, despite the fact that freaking Dante has been doing this his whole life, and he's just found out he has this new, cool, powerful new form.
Yeah.
But Lady's the one who kills the demon.
It's Lady once again.
Dante confesses that Lady was right about his demonic heritage, and the two agree to work together to find Dante's amulet, which again, the White Rabbit has. Lady determines that the rabbit needs Dante's blood to activate his plan to destroy the barrier. The rabbit warns Dante that...
How does she find that out? Isn't it like a diary or some trash like that? Like, it's super, like, comically convenient.
I remember she
like
had
the rest of the show
or something. I think she did have a tracker on the amulet, but the tracker got found out and the White Rabbit just left it somewhere in the hideout.
Yeah.
And like played a trick on him. I don't remember how she finds out that they need the blood. I don't know. The rabbit warns Dante that if he doesn't comply, an army of demons will destroy the world. Sorry, the synopsis has a typo in it.
It's a typo, yeah. So just to clarify, the rabbit, okay, needs Dante's blood to break down the barrier, okay? There are small holes in the barrier. That's how he's bringing these refugees over, okay?
Oh, yeah, we didn't go over that.
Yeah, so there's small holes in the barrier. That's why Dante has a job killing demons, because sometimes demons come through those small holes, but the big demons can't come through the small holes. Anyways, so the rabbit says, okay, come, give me your stuff, give me your blood or whatever, or an army of demons will destroy the world.
That's what he wants to happen either way.
No, well, so that's like, isn't that what the rabbit's goal is? Why, if you can already bring a demon army over, why do you need Dante's blood? Because you want the bigger demons? Okay, sure. How about you just bring the army over now and go get Dante?
So strange.
So far, that seems like the worst part of the show.
It must be that he has an ulterior motive. There's no way this is his real plan, because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it must be.
One would hope.
Well, it's time. We're moving on to the worst episode. Episode 6.
We're on
the Valley.
Circle.
We're on 6? Okay, we're making good time.
This synopsis is multiple paragraphs. Every synopsis we've read has been one paragraph. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. Let's
go. They know how important this episode is to the absolute destruction of the plot.
This is one of the worst episodes I've
seen.
Wait.
I forgot to say. So The rabbit has been shot multiple times by these anti-demon bullets, and they did not blow up. Okay, so
Mhm.
let me get this. Okay, Dante has been shot by these anti-demon bullets, and they did blow up. So, ladies' theory, he's part demon. Okay,
No. Oh
hold
wait, you're
on,
talking about Dante?
Dante.
Okay, yeah,
Now,
Dante's
the
part.
rabbit gets shot by these anti-demon bullets. They don't blow up. Her theory is he's an evolved demon.
Which means that the
Which
bullets that react to demon blood don't work for some reason.
So,
Which on
how
its
does that
face
work?
doesn't make sense. Because
You
like I
have
said earlier, the demon, if it reacts to the blood, that must mean it's able to recognize the individual cells as demon blood because that's what blood is.
yeah.
I don't know if Adi Shankar knows this, but like the amount of difference between quote unquote non-evolved demon and evolved demon would be virtually nothing. Like humans are like
So
2% different in terms of DNA from apes. This is a demon who has apparently like just a
evolved.
very evolved, a minor change in just the blood. Like a very, very
Right.
small thing that it wouldn't a machine wouldn't be able to tell. It would blow up.
But that's the difference that keeps the bullets from blowing up. Meanwhile, Dante, who has literally half of his genome that's human or different, is apparently enough to blow up. So her theory
Well-
doesn't make sense.
Well, here, let me push back to see if I understand. So, if the White Rabbit's line split off at the same time that demons and humans did, so he's like a third one, then that would make sense. But then where's all the other White Rabbits?
Yeah, you would think.
I still would think that a
don't know.
demon. So hold on, you have the demons and the humans. They've split. Okay, let me get this in the middle. All right, and then you have
Yeah.
the hypothetical third white rabbit demons. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you have the demons and the humans who have split long time ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you half between them. Okay, so now you're in the middle, right? How different do you think that is realistically compared to another half that's like split off?
That split off of the demon side.
Like I don't
Yeah, that's
get it.
Because he would still live on Makai.
Yeah,
He
he
would
has to
still
have been in Makai, which means he has to have
evolved to live
evolved
in Makai.
from the demons when they were demons.
yeah.
Because like
I don't know.
humans, we all
It doesn't
like,
matter all that much. It's just a dumb theory.
it's
I
really
immediately
stupid.
called out. I was like, wow, that's stupid.
So, episode 6. Let's go. So, episode 6 is a flashback episode. It's all about flashbacks. So here we go.
I love the fact they're trying to be like, oh, these two characters are actually the same. And I'm like, no, they're
Yes,
not.
it's a flashback of like showing two characters in tandem, and it's like trying to show like the parallels. But here we go. For Lady's flashback, she goes through her childhood, playing pretend with a friend, all while witnessing through the keyhole of John Arkham's office the deterioration of her father's mental state as he delves deeper into his study of demons and how it affects his relationship with her and her mother. As the later Kalina Ann, which is the mother, pleads with John to stop, but he refuses. One night, Mary witnesses another argument between her parents. This time, Kalina Ann tries to stop John, but he throws her down and injects himself with demon's blood, turning him into a demon. As Mary rushes to her mother and is being reassured by her Kalina Ann. What?
There's supposed to be a comma there, I think.
Another typo. As Mary rushes to her mother and is being reassured by her, Kalina Ann, John grabs his wife's face and Mary is flung into a bookshelf. This is written very strangely. Anyway,
It's really bad.
Mary then witnesses her mother dying and being eaten by her father, who now has physically changed into like this horrible demon monster. Mary then fearfully picks up one of John's scalpels, rushes at him, only to be slapped away into his instruments, causing a fire, engulfing John and the house in flames, presumably killing John, and Mary escapes the burning house, seeing her father's burning face one last time before leaving. When Mary grows up,
Pause. The demon gets killed by fire. Anyways, continue.
yes. Hold on. Let me read ahead for a bit just to make sure. Okay, I'm going to leave the later half of this paragraph because it's important. Then it says here in the synopsis who this is, but I'll just leave it anonymous for now. We see a boy, a human boy with a strong love for Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, carrying the book around everywhere. He's an orphan. He was left with a foster family, but he was constantly bullied by his foster siblings and abused by his foster parents. Despite his pleas with a social worker, the worker ignored his situation and left him in those circumstances. What a poor boy.
Poor guy.
Poor human boy. Anyways, eventually, a portal to Mackay happened to open near the boy, and he, likening the situation to Alice in the novel, walked through it. After finding himself in Mackay, he quickly realized that the air was hard to breathe and he was chased by a giant demon, being saved by a friendly Mackayan. So I'll just rip the Band-Aid off right now.
I forgot about the air.
So I'll just rip the Band-Aid. This is the White Rabbit. It's revealed that the White Rabbit is human. This child falls into hell where demons have evolved for millennia to breathe poisonous air, live in arid conditions, practically no food, demonic monsters everywhere. He's just a normal human boy. He should be suffocating on the air on the spot.
Now hold on. To be fair, the demons didn't adapt that well because they're still coughing and dying from this poison air.
The demons who have lived there for millennia and evolved,
at least millennia,
they're still dying from the air. So this kid who died to breathe clean air, he should be dead on the spot. Like it's over. But whatever, let's go. So the
we'll roll with it.
The friendly Mackayan saves him. So I guess we're switching over to Mackayan instead of demon.
No, demon. It's a demon.
Friendly demon. The demon took the boy back to his refugee camp. The refugee camp in hell.
There are even refugees in hell.
The human boy quickly became friends with his newfound family. One day, while the boy noticed a glowing light and found one day, while playing, the boy noticed a glowing light and found a gem. Soon after that, one of his friends, a younger one, succumbed to the toxic air.
The demons are dying from the air, and this kid is just taking it, bro.
Yeah, he puts on a scarf. He puts on a scarf and he's fine. It's actually stupid. But one of the younger demons succumbs to the toxic air of Mackay and dies.
He wasn't built for it.
At their funeral, the demon funeral in hell, the boy sacrificed his book to her. I guess he.
Yeah, he has the. Remember, he had the Alice in Wonderland, and he gives it or like cremates or whatever. Frick, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's a burning like pie or whatever. Desperate to not allow such a thing to happen again, the human boy began using his gem to create a device that allowed him to open portals to and from the human world. When the boy grew up, he would go on to use these portals to allow demons to flee hell and live peacefully in the human world, and he would show the demons that many different facets of the human world. During one of his usual excursions, this time he notices a large demon heading to the group's location and attacking some demons and urges the others to hurry through the portal.
All right, go back to
Mary, the lady. When she grew up, she joined Darkcom and hunted demons with her team, quickly working her way up to become a lieutenant. During an assignment to bust a certain deal involving demons, she and her team come across a picture of a warehouse where they find more demons that they eliminate. After they finish, they witness green sparks appearing near the wall of the warehouse. When the young man entered through the portal with the demons, he noticed the bodies of other dead demons on the other side. Then realizing that they were in an ambush as Lady's team pointed their guns at him and his group. So they're all in the warehouse that Lady and her team found.
Yeah.
Lady notices something and orders her team to stand by as the young man has the demons holding their hands up. Mary asks why the young man looks human, to which he confirms that he is human and pleads them to let them go as they are only looking for safety. Mary refutes this claim, saying that he is smuggling demons into the world, stating that human safety will only come from the annihilation of demons. Before the young man can explain to convince Mary so this synopsis explains badly. He says that in the show, the human, he says that they're fleeing hell because it's not safe. And he says, we're running. And she says, what are you running from? And as soon as she asked that, the big demon monster that they were running from bursts through the portal and starts eating the innocent demons.
Answering her question.
Yes. So let me go on. Before the young man can explain to convince Mary of the demon's innocence, the demon he and the other demon, the innocent demons, were fleeing from, entered through the still open portal. Yes, they left the portal open behind them.
He has a device that controls the portal, by the way.
Yes, he can open and close it as he pleases, but they left it open. Like they were fleeing from a giant... Like imagine, whatever. They left it open.
He had to leave it open for the story to continue.
The demon he and the Makines were fleeing from entered through the still open portal and eats some of them. It
eats the demons.
Yes, it eats some of the innocent demons that had their hands up and were complying. This, of course, provokes Mary and her team to shoot not only the demon, but also kill the Makines and injure the young man. That is, I'm actually...
Naturally.
Like, I'm not embellishing the synopsis. It actually says it in that way. This provokes Mary and her team to shoot not only the demon, but also kill the Makines and injure the young man. It feels like whoever wrote this also realizes what is wrong here. Mary then orders her team to retreat as she takes off her belt full of explosives and throws it into the demon's mouth and escapes, killing it and the remaining Makines in the explosion.
But not the rabbit.
Not the rabbit. In the aftermath of the explosion, the young math... Oh, yeah. They don't come back after the warehouse explodes.
They just leave.
They just leave. They don't go to do damage control or investigate or anything. They just leave. So...
No cleanup.
Yeah, so if they had done a cleanup, they would have found him and asked questions or killed him or something. But if they...
why would you think a top secret organization would spend time cleaning up their mess?
You're right. I've never led a top secret organization, or have I?
It's not like they're trying to hide their existence or anything. They have Darkon plastered on their trucks.
Yeah.
So even before this scene, I'm wondering, well, first off, it's like, oh, he just happens to find the stone. I mean, I guess I'm okay with that, but then, like, how does he know how to use it? And all
they never go over that.
They don't explain any of this.
Yeah,
I still don't know how he survived. Anyways,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like underneath the roof. The whole building fell over.
Just finish the synopsis.
In the aftermath of the explosion, the young man had barely survived near death. He sobs as he looks upon the corpses of the Makines, which soon turns to maniacal laughter. So he goes crazy. He goes
very original.
Later, in the rundown apartment that would become his base of operations, the young man sewed a rabbit hood from several rabbit dolls, attached it to his head, and put on a suit, becoming the White Rabbit, intent on bringing everyone, quote unquote, down the rabbit hole together. That's the end of the episode.
Wait, you need the important context. This is when they play the Evanescence song. And I hate it so much.
So they play the Evanescence song during the scene where Lady's dad is killing her and the mom.
It continues all the way till
that's right. It does. It plays throughout this entire episode. This breaks the story. Like Lady and all of her merch friends, by the way, they now have seen innocent demons and a human coming through the same portal, and they had a dialogue with them where someone blatantly told them that they were innocent.
Yeah.
Trying to escape.
And
they never attacked them.
and they never led an investigation. Like, what about these other demons we've been killing? Was it like, did we have the wrong idea the whole time? No time is given to this at all.
Nothing.
And this is like, I feel like this was written after they wrote all of the other episodes retroactively, because it had to be, because it doesn't mesh at all. If this happens to Lady and her friends, none of them would be so gung-ho about fighting demons. They would all have doubts, heavy doubts.
I disagree. I think this was the first thing that was written, and they just forgot about it as they wrote the rest. Because it stinks to me like, yes, we'll have the edgiest villain of all, the Alice in Wonderland inspired White Rabbit, which, by the way, it says where's it gotta be white? It clearly says, and it's exactly what happens. It says he sewed the White Rabbit hood together, right? This hood reacts exactly like a face. Like it blinks.
Yeah,
the mouth moves with it.
Earlier.
The ears move, but it's just a sewed hood.
Yeah, like it's not attached to any muscles or anything. There's no like animatronics or anything. But it the way it moves, it's as if it's alive.
So bad.
And so my theory on how this show was written was they wrote those episodes, or the outline for the first 5 episodes, but then they wrote episode 6 and they went back and added dialogue for the White Rabbit to make him like give hints that he's from hell, but also not quite the same as a demon.
Anyways,
I think
this is why the bullets don't blow up, because he's not
he's human, guys.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It doesn't say it here, but doesn't he like?
No, don't say it. Don't say it. We'll leave that for later. So that's why the bullets don't work, guys, because he's human. But I don't know if y'all know this. I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. Humans are weak to bullets. It's their weakness. Their one weakness is bullets. They're still bullets. Like, and he was moving like super fast to kill those Black Ops guys.
They explain why he's able to do that.
At this point in the show, you're thinking, "Oh, he's human," but how is he able to move that fast?
He's built different.
They'll explain it. I'll explain it. So yeah, this is by far the worst episode in the entire show, just because it breaks everything. Not just
already broken, but
the plot and like the mechanics. Like, humans should not be able to survive in breathing air in hell. It doesn't. It breaks like every character's motivation. Like Lady and her whole team, like Darkcom as a faction, like the leading faction in this show, the most powerful organization in the show as we know it, barring, like Hell's forces, but we haven't seen them. The most powerful organization, like, it should be fundamentally different now. It breaks everything.
Be. I also had another question. I was so confused. Maybe you can clear this up. But you said the White Rabbit had been, before this attack with Lady, he had been opening these small holes and bringing in demons to live among humans peacefully. What do you mean peacefully? Because like Dante and Darkcom, their whole job is exterminating these demons because there's demon attacks.
So
am I misunderstanding?
The holes in the dimensions, they can be opened willingly by the White Rabbit, but they also spontaneously occur. So
naturally occurring.
Yeah, naturally occurring portals, because the natural again, the natural order for this world is that hell and earth are supposed to be joined. So them being separated is actually not natural. And so it's trying to get back so portals will spontaneously open. And so monsters, kind of like the ones that the Makaians were fleeing from, they get through. And there's also the evil regime that rules over Makai or hell or whatever. They can be sent through. But some demons can get through. The more powerful the demon, though, the more stress it puts on the portal, and so not all of them can get through.
So after I forgot his name, Dante's father, Sparta, after he divides the worlds in two with his sword, I mean, would he know that the worlds are naturally going to try and go back together? Shouldn't he have like entrusted his sword to Dante or something so that he could keep it separated?
Well, that's why he split them. He gave, I think it talks about it too. He gave half of the stone to Dante.
Well,
The other
no.
half,
Sparta. So Dante never knew his dad, Sparta. Sparta
that's right, that's right.
disappeared, and no one knows why. No one knows the state of Sparta's allegiance or no one knows anything about Sparta except for what he did, and they could only speculate on his motivations. Dante and Virgil were raised by their mother until there was an attack by demons, and his mother gave one half of the amulet to Dante and the other half to Virgil. And when the demon attack happened, the mother was killed and Virgil was allegedly killed as well.
I don't know what happened to the sword.
Yeah, don't know how the sword got into the Vatican. It's never explained.
Well, obviously the Catholics stole it.
True. But it's never explained what happened to Sparta. He just disappeared one day.
Yeah.
I would think that this is just off topic, just guessing, but I would think that his demon boss, was pretty mad at him and killed him or something, or captured him.
Probably.
Maybe.
Anyways, we continue to episode 7 and get this over with.
We're almost done. Yes. So
I'll read this one.
All
right. So in this one, the white rabbit meets with a horned demon who previously gave the rabbit Virgil's half of the amulet. So this is how he got it. And receives a vial of Virgil's blood. Okay. Seeking vengeance, Mary locks.
Pause.
He has Virgil's blood. Sorry.
So the white rabbit opens a portal to hell, but not just any place in hell. It's a very it feels like the inside of an obsidian
palace
or something. It's I wouldn't say a palace. It's very rugged, like obsidian. But there is a horned demon, a black and blue horned demon, who looks a little bit like Dante when he's in his devil form. He has
he's blue and not red.
He's blue, not red. Wow. He gives him Virgil's half of the amulet, and he has a vial of the blood from Virgil. Now,
when is this taking place? I'm sorry.
This is taking place. So Dante and Lady got the message from the White Rabbit to meet the White Rabbit alone, Dante alone, or else they would destroy the world. This is in between that and Dante getting there.
So let me
Let me actually read the dialogue here.
Oh no! While you look it up, the rabbit already had the blue stone from this demon, and now he's going back and he receives a vial of Virgil's blood from this demon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So the White Rabbit goes to hell. And he meets the demon. He says, "You may try to hide it, but you've got as much." Hold on. The horned demon. That's how he's addressed here. He says, "You have it, all of it. The rabbit. Your information was right. Dante is the son of Sparta. His necklace fit very nicely with the one you gave me. I held up my end. All I need now is the final piece." The horned demon, as promised. And he gives him the blood in the vial. And he says, "The blood of Sparta's other son." The White Rabbit says that. "You never know what will turn up in this realm. It takes both brothers to destroy the barrier. Oh, don't worry. I'm already working on completing the set. This sword, far too great a power for one like you to..." Hold on, sorry. They don't separate the lines of dialogue from who's speaking. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So the White Rabbit to the demon says, "I know who you are. There's only one way you could have gotten the amulet's piece and this blood." And then he leaves, I guess.
I like how they say it like it's supposed to be like a reveal.
Yeah.
So obvious.
You're like, oh.
Wow.
Deep within. All they're missing is a plastic chair.
Wait, so he says, "I held up my end of the bargain." What did he provide for the black and blue demon? Do we know?
I don't think so.
I think he just got the other rock.
To be fair, it's not. It doesn't say who's speaking, so I don't know honestly. But the main takeaway is that this is Virgil. Virgil alive.
Yeah.
Is in hell. So anyway,
And is
moving
helping
on.
White Rabbit.
Yes.
All right, back to the synopsis. Seeking vengeance, Lady locks up Dante and confronts the rabbit alone and threatens to incinerate Dante to prevent the rabbit from getting his blood. All right, this is her plan.
Oh yeah,
When
the MRAPs. The way she does this is by locking Dante in an MRAP because the MRAPs have like incinerators inside, so she could just
Okay.
burn them up.
Because the fire kills the demons. All right. Anyways, when the rabbit calls Lady's bluff, she engages his army. So this is the army that he has brought into Earth, despite not having destroyed the barrier yet. So it is clear that he can bring an army without destroying the barrier. All right. So she's fighting them, but is paralyzed by their poison-coated weapons. Okay. And then I can't remember how, but Dante gets out and he saves her. The rabbit gives Dante a glimpse of hell and its unbearable living conditions. Yeah, hell sucks. Anyways, before elaborating that he is willing to allow millions of humans to die to save demon kind. He's saying, I don't care if the humans die. Okay, remember what we were talking about, where he's like, we don't know what's going to happen to the dimensions if you just destroy one of the stones. It could destabilize. He does not care about the Earth. He doesn't care. Okay, anyways.
Well, he says, what's it called? Let's see, he's willing to allow millions to save demonkind. I think that's actually something wrong on the synopsis part. It says to save demonkind because he says he doesn't even care what happens. He just wants balance to be achieved. If I remember.
Oh, that's right. He does. He doesn't care at all. He just like, I just wanted to get rid of this thing.
He's insane now, so he doesn't have any morals, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't actually care
if there's heavy losses on either side. He just wants the worlds to come together and everything be natural again because he thinks that's what's right.
But why? Even if he's insane, he has to have a reason. I would think his motive is he wants to help demonkind only. But we're saying he just doesn't care. He just
at one point he gives forth the thinking that humans are the actual demons or they're bad or whatever because
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also whether that's what he wants or not, it still doesn't make sense that he needs to go through all this trouble to get the blade, both stones, the blood of Virgil, the blood of Dante, activate the blood. He doesn't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
He just has to destroy one of the stones.
Yeah,
as was said in episode 3, episode 2, something like that.
Anyways, 3, I think. But also, I don't know if we went over this, but the refugees that Lady encountered at that apartment building, they're all like locked in their rooms and they're not allowed to leave under threat of death.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the rabbit, he does not care about hurting and killing demons, especially since there's like the lab underneath the complex where one of the demons was literally saying, please kill me, I'm in so much pain.
Anyways, blah, 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 blah. Dante refuses to bargain with the rabbit and defeats his demon army and duels Cavalier. Is that what that black demon is called? Yeah, it's this really powerful demon, whatever. The rabbit unmasks himself, revealing to Mary how her actions led to his creation. That oh my goodness.
Here it is.
Here it is. He's very powerful. How is he so powerful? He unmasks himself, and where is it?
He reveals himself to be the human that she saw all those years ago, or that nondescript amount of time ago. Yes. It could have been yesterday. We don't know.
Yeah, they look the same. He unmasks himself and reveals that he uses an artificial heart that pumps demon blood into him to stay alive.
God, who? I was going to say, who wrote this?
But the demon bullets, they don't blow up. Why don't they blow up? Because he's human. But also he has demon blood pumping through his veins. But also
Literal
he's
demon
human.
blood.
Literal demon blood. It's not even like, oh, he's part human and part demon, so it mixes. That's what's happening with Dante. No, he literally has pure demon blood pumping through his veins. But the bullets, nah. It's whatever. Who cares? It's because he's actually human. You guys, the blood is I don't know.
All right,
Do you think
wrap it up,
Adishankar-
boys. We solved writing.
Do you think Adishankar knows that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell?
Yeah, I don't think he knows anything.
I was gonna say, I don't think he knows much.
Anyways,
Doesn't
where
know
were we? Yeah, so he's using an artificial heart that pumps demon blood into him to stay alive. Okay, so Dante decapitates Cavalier and defeats the rabbit. Blah 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 blah. The rabbit warns Dante that he could have prevented what is to come before leaving Dante with the amulet, whatever that
Dante
means.
with the amulet. So
Yeah, that's
leaving
not what
Dante
happened in
with
the
the
show.
amulet is basically the white rabbit. He's injured and he's about to fall off the building. So to give you an idea of like the layout, there's the building. They're on the roof. They're fighting. Below the building is of course a road, like a 2-lane road maybe, and then it's water because they're near the water. The white rabbit is about to fall off the building, so Dante grabs the amulet and he's holding onto him by the amulet, which is attached to his neck, of course. And the white rabbit says, "You could have prevented what was about to happen." Then he willingly breaks the amulet and falls from the building, not onto the concrete or onto the asphalt. He falls across the road into the water.
Yeah, he didn't break the stone, just the amulet.
No one thinks to go check and see if he's dead.
But they don't care because they have his technology now that opens portals between hell and earth. All right. Enzo and Baines arrive to witness the aftermath, with Baines declaring the battle as their first of their holy war against hell. Based.
So based.
Wait.
So
When did
based.
they get the? When did they get?
They got there in a
Rabbit's tech?
helicopter.
No, when did they
After
get
the
tech?
battle.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
That's what happened,
like
right?
right after the
Gruff?
battle.
Yeah.
Like right after.
Anyways. There's really not much to talk about there. These last couple episodes are not very much story. It's just a bunch of horrible animation.
Horrible fights.
Yeah.
The animation is not that bad, except for
Bro,
the 3D.
the 3D animation is
3D
awful, and
demons
it's
are
all
terrible.
3D.
No, it's not. I mean, the demon, what's his name?
He just fought an army of demons. They were all 3D.
Oh, were they? I don't remember.
It was so bad. Anyways.
So 2D animation doesn't look bad, but the 3D, oh lord.
Where are we at now? Did we finish the season?
Final episode.
No, that was episode 7. Now we're at episode 8.
Okay.
All right. So, an injured white rabbit. He survived. He crawls out of the water, and he finds one of the other demons that Dante fought, who fell off the building onto the concrete.
This was a demon that was special in some kind. I can't remember, but
yeah, he was special in some way. I don't remember how, but it doesn't matter.
Not special enough,
right?
Not like the rabbit.
So the white rabbit finds this guy. He's still alive, but instead of saving this demon, he eats him, and this causes the white rabbit to mutate, which means that just eating a demon flesh and blood is enough to turn you into like a monster. But
no, it's because he had demon blood flowing through his veins, but also he didn't because the bullets don't work.
Yeah, whatever. Is it like the combination of flesh and blood? Because
okay, we've already solidified the fact that the writers have no idea how this is supposed to work. They're just making stuff up. Anyways,
every episode.
So Anders, who again is the double agent, he recovers the rabbit's portal device, and Bane confronts Lady about her working alongside Dante. So for some reason they do this switch up about.
Oh yeah, this was so stupid.
So remember how Baines was like all about, oh Dante, you're half demon, but you could redeem yourself. Now he's like questioning Lady for working with him for some reason. Back to the white rabbit. The mutated rabbit having fused with Force Edge, which is the sword, then massacre. Oh, they just completely skip over something. So Baines asks Dante to work for Darkcom, and Dante is like, no. Oh wait, we skipped over something else. Lady is wanting to get the amulet from Dante. And he's like, no, this is from my mother. I'm keeping it. And she says, that's the key to like destroying the barrier. We need that. And they're like about to fight. But then Baines walks over. And so they pretend that everything's all cool. And Baines, of course, doesn't know what's happening. So he's like, hey, Dante, you should come work for Darkcom. And he's like, I don't really want to. He's like, all right, well, we can't have a demon running loose. So, lady, arrest him. And it's about to like, it's like really tense on the rooftop. They're about to fight. And it's just a real quick, it's a huge switch around for Baines. Like he feels like a completely different character here, but whatever. Adi Shankar writing. Let's see. The mutated rabbit, having fused with Force Edge, then massacres Bane's men before engaging Dante and Lady. Enzo comes out of hiding to help, but is stabbed by the rabbit and dies in Dante's arms. Enzo, which is like Dante's agent, they really wanted you to like this guy. I didn't like him. He was terrible.
He was a scum of the earth.
He really was. Like
that was his character, and that was fine. That was a good, he was a scummy guy.
He would have... My beef is the dialogue is so awful. He's a guy, he always talks like this. He's this kind of character all the time. He talks like this. Hey, Dante, buddy, you old pal. Like, they want it to be that kind of character, but they're so bad at writing. His dialogue is god-awful. Everyone's dialogue is awful except for Baines. I love Baines. Then he dies, and I felt nothing. I was actually glad that he did. I think like while we were watching, I was like, yeah! Yeah! Anyway. The rabbit then retrieves the amulet and combines it with Force Edge before impaling Dante with it, creating the Sword of Sparta, and reveals that Virgil is still alive, which Dante should have already known because he needs the blood, and now he's saying all he needs is Dante's blood. So, but whatever. His plan is complete. The barrier between realms dissipates, and demons begin invading Earth. Lady shoots the rabbit's artificial heart, weakening him, allowing Dante to kill the rabbit with the sword of Sparta and repair
Hold on, wait.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! So they have this really elongated fight between Dante and the rabbit. Like he's like a mutated monster. He's like a Hulk. Like
he's literally like the Hulk, yeah.
And
with a tiny toothpick sword attached to his arm. It's literally like a toothpick.
Yeah, it looks like a toothpick compared to his size. It's still a big sword, but compared to this big guy. So anyways, they're fighting, and their fight goes from the rooftop to like this Golden Gate Bridge looking thing, and they're on top of one of the arches, and Lady is at the bottom on street level. That is really far away. If anyone knows how big the Golden Gate Bridge is, or these types of bridges are, but they're working together. Dante, he muscles the rabbit to be in just the right position for Lady with one of her pistols to shoot one bullet that hits the artificial heart, and get this, right before she shoots, she says jackpot, which is Dante's phrase. I don't know if she ever heard it, but she just says it because, oh, she said the thing. Anyways, she hits the heart, and Dante like bisects the guy, and he dies.
I'm still trying to find an image of him transformed because it's so funny looking.
Let's see here.
I can't find it. It doesn't matter.
That allows
wait. In the middle of this, while they're fighting, they're literally just spewing bullets at this guy, okay? And they're all the anti-demon bullets. And you think, surely this guy is not only has demon blood transfused into him, now he's consumed a demon and transformed into this monstrosity. Surely there is no way these bullets are not working. But they're not, okay? Now, you may be thinking, it's okay. He's like a Hulk. He has like thick skin. It's not getting through, right? That's what you would think. That makes sense. But no, what's actually happening, according to the characters, are like, he's still resistant to the demon bullets because he's human or some trash. It's literally stated in the show.
I forgot about this. Oh my god.
It's so bad. It's like, look,
So stupid.
I would be willing to accept that their explanation is wrong and it's actually not working because it's just not getting through the skin. But why are you going to write your characters to be so idiotic?
It's like the rules of the universe bend to like whatever the writers think the right answer is,
Yeah.
but they're always wrong.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if they were actually right every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to have a show with, competent characters. But anyway,
I'm also wondering why, if you can consume a demon and gain power, why is this not happening all the time? Why don't we see this until now? Why didn't White Rabbit do that before?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Dante kills the rabbit with the sword of Sparta and repairs the barrier, ending the invasion. And just to be clear, any demons that when the barrier disappeared, demons like faded in. There's not like a portal that they're coming through because again, the dimensions are supposed to be one, so they're like fading into existence.
Mhm.
But once the portal closes, they fade out. And apparently, there were no casualties as a result of this.
What?
Good job, everybody.
What's the point of this episode?
The soldiers got killed by the rabbit, but no civilian deaths. So good job.
anyways,
Dante invites Mary to help him search for Virgil, but she subdues him and she has him imprisoned. Anders, the double agent, brings the portal device to Baines. And this is a bizarre scene. So they're in a helicopter, and Anders is like, "Here you go, Vice President. This is the portal device." And then Baines reveals that he knows that he's the double agent, and he's like, I just wanted to see my kids. You would have done the same thing." And they have like a conversation, and Anders is like cartoonish to a weird degree because no one else is as cartoonish as him. But Baines has another character switch up. So Baines is very clear that the punishment for siding with the demons is death. There's no room for any disagreement there.
Mm-hmm.
So, to kill Anders, he shoots him in the shoulder or something, and then pushes him out of the helicopter. Like, it feels very sadistic, and I think they made it that sadistic because we're nearing the end of the season, and
we're supposed to hate Baines.
They really want you to hate Baines.
Now remember, this is the guy who literally told a demon that he could be redeemed if he just joins their side. And now he's telling another human who made a mistake, nah, death.
He did it for the sake of his own children, by the way. Like this is not, and Baines knows this. He knows why he did it.
Yeah, the White Rabbit had Anders' kids and family.
Yeah. But for some reason he did forgiveness for the literal half demon, but not for the human trying to protect his family.
Not for the flawed human.
Yeah. Anyway. Baines has Anders killed, and he then uses the portal device to begin the invasion of hell.
wait. Oh, okay.
And they really want him to be like the bad guy here. He's like, Operation Inferno begins now, and like 4 Harrier jets appear behind him and fly through the portal into hell and start carpet bombing the heck out of it, and it's awesome. They really want him to be the bad guy, but he doesn't know anything that lady knows. He simply doesn't know. It could be that if he was told what lady knows, that there are innocent demons and that they're refugees, that he would act different. But we don't know. For some reason, this invasion is immediately ready to go. Like, he did not put this army together. He did not do anything. He just says, all right, guys, I have this portal device. Go get it. And they like just go.
It's 4 so funny.
Immediately ready. Immediate invasion of hell right now.
And they're playing American Idiot. Like, we're supposed to be like, oh, it's so bad. I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they clearly want it to be an allusion to the war on terror. Like, all the demons are, because again, they live in an arid environment with poisonous air.
Yeah,
basically,
where were you when they Where were you when Adi Sharkan told you that demons are literally just Muslims from the Middle East?
Yeah, it's like in this episode.
What
of
did you
Devils
mean
of
by
Netflix,
that?
What did he mean by this? Yeah, guys, the Middle East, it's basically hell. Kabul, Afghanistan, nah, dog, hell. So yeah, and they're like literally dropping like Fat Mans, like unironically, a Fat Man bomb drops in hell and blows it up. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, they're
right?
literally nuking hell.
And they want him to be the bad guy, but they forgot that one, they wrote him to be a super based, ultra forgiving Christian that for some reason wasn't that for Anders, but whatever. And they also forgot that he is simply not privy to the information that lady has, and for some reason, she hasn't told him that. Lady and Baines have not had a conversation about the demons
Since the beginning of the
since she found out about the demons being innocent. Like she's talked to him in passing, but
hold on. You said since she found out about the demons being innocent, and I think you're referencing episode 3, but I'm thinking of episode 6.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
In the flashback.
So bad.
Oh my gosh.
And the ending of the show. So they're making. So they show like, oh, they're invading hell. They're working with this guy that I'm pretty sure is a villain in one of the other Devil May Cry games. And
is he from the first game?
No, I think.
Oh no, that was the one that got killed. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Sometime later, the black and blue horned demon that we saw earlier invades in a Ouroboros prison facility.
This is in hell.
I'm pretty sure Ouroboros is in other Devil May Cry games. Oh yeah, they start establishing like facilities and prisons and mining facilities in hell because they're gathering resources. Anyways, the horned demon invades the Ouroboros prison facility and frees its demon occupants to serve Mundus, the ruler of hell, and reveals himself to be Virgil. Now,
Ooh.
David, you've heard of the song Bury the Lights, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, do they? Oh yeah, here we go. So, Virgil walks into this prison and he's freeing the demons.
It's so bad.
They do this big reveal that it's Virgil, and he gives this speech.
He literally looks at the camera, bro.
Well, the camera like does a close up at his face, so he's looking at the camera. And I'll tell you when that happens. So it says, or Virgil says, "Our King Mundus grants you your freedom. Show him gratitude. It was Mundus who freed me from my own bondage. The Sapiens and their armies aren't aware of the storm they ride into. Close up, look into the camera. I am that storm." Bury the Light starts playing.
Oh my gosh. Because the song says, "I am the storm that is approaching." Don't you know?
Oh my god.
This is like Ian Flynn level writing where he has to put song lyrics and famous quotes in every line of dialogue.
He thought he was cooking, bro.
So stupid.
Again.
Wait, did we skip? Did Baines have a before the American Idiot? Did he have a monologue?
He did. Let me read it.
Let me see
here.
I have a question after this as well.
Oh no, he doesn't have a monologue, but or did he have a monologue with Anders?
Oh yeah, I remember Anders. He's like, so he's talking to Anders right before he kills him. He says, he's telling him, "We're gonna use it, Anders, to wage the final war against hell itself." And then it says Anders laughs in disbelief. "You really are out of your goddamn mind. You think you can win a war with hell?" Baines, "My faith in the Lord is absolute." He says, "I fell from an aircraft with nothing, and still he saved me." He says, and then he says, "Let's see if the devil does the same for you." And then he kicks him out. See, that's why they had to kick him out, because they're like, "Oh yeah, this will be cool."
My faith in the Lord is absolute. Like, I don't think Adi Shankar knew how hard that line is. I think he probably thought it was like cringe, but it actually goes so hard.
Yeah,
Like, you
because he's
think you could
literally
wage
right,
war
bro.
against the demons? My faith in the Lord is absolute.
And he's
Dog.
right. He's winning, bro. The
He's
whole
right. Yeah,
time.
he's winning.
It's the best line in the whole show.
Oh,
Honestly, I would
gosh.
watch the show just for Baines and like laugh at how awful everything else is. That's the only value I get out of this show.
Yeah,
Everything else is terrible.
the only parts that are bad are is when Baines breaks character, which I guess is a good segue into what any of this has to do with what makes a good story and what makes good role play.
I was thinking about
Well,
that.
before we do that, I have one more question. So was there
Okay.
like a time skip at the end or something? Because you
No.
said he
Oh,
just
yeah.
they fly into hell and bomb it,
Let
but
me
then
read
there's
this to you.
already prisons and
Oh
facilities
yeah, there was
in
a time
there?
skip there. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there isn't a time skip between when Baines gets the portal device and wages war on hell. He just has an army ready to go for some reason. But it's implied like through montage that they're taking territory in hell, establishing facilities, etc.
Another thing, so playing the American idiot and everything. One, it doesn't resemble the War on Terror.
It
You know,
doesn't.
it doesn't. You
Yeah,
would go
they
in there
do
and
have.
just destroy everything. You would not be like, oh, there's refugees and like we're gonna take prisoners and we're gonna. Uh, it's just totally different. You
And they
would
also literally do have weapons of mass destruction.
yeah,
And not gonna lie, it feels disrespectful to the War on Terror, if I'm being honest. Like, the War on Terror wasn't an insignificant event. It was a 20-year long forever war that like
yeah.
hurt generations of people. Like, it's not something to take lightly, and I feel like this does a disservice to the actual war itself, you know?
That was a
Like,
very
I don't
good
want
point.
that to be forgotten.
Yeah,
Anyways,
absolutely.
that's the show. I hope you're excited to not watch it.
Don't we see, guys? Mackay is just like Fallujah. They have a kill box in Mackay.
Oh my god.
We'll talk about the kill box later.
I hope my mic isn't peaking when I laugh like
No,
that.
it's
Oh
good.
no,
You're
you're fine.
good.
You're fine. But yeah, to kind of segue into what makes a good story. So there's Alan Moore. Y'all know who Alan Moore is?
No.
Alan Moore.
He's a writer.
Yes, he wrote Watchmen. He wrote The Killing Joke. He wrote other stuff too. He's a great writer. Famously, he's a little weird on characters like Rorschach. The character he wrote versus the character he thinks he wrote is two different characters. But anyways,
I've heard about that.
There is an immensely helpful piece of advice from Alan Moore, which I think more people need to know about, which is read bad stories. Read terrible stories because they will teach you what not to do. This show teaches you what not to do. Like almost every single aspect, except for Baines, of course, except for those select few moments, is just awful. It's terrible. There's so many aspects of the show, the character writing, the music choice, the narrative direction, the narrative tone, the themes, the illusion, the metaphor, like everything is just falling apart. And it was made by a guy who is supposedly very passionate for Devil May Cry, and I don't think he's lying. I think he is, but he just did not do well here. It's even from a layman's perspective, who I know some stuff about Devil May Cry, but I haven't even beaten the first game. I know basically nothing about the lore because the first game is like there's not a lot of story there. It's mostly gameplay. So I don't know much about the lore at all. But even from a layman's perspective, this is trash. It is schlock.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad.
I'm going to let y'all discuss a little bit. I'm going to go to the restroom real quick.
No problem.
Okay. I have a point I want to start, but I think I want to wait for him to get back.
Okay. If I was talking about things that are just really bad about this show, like that you can learn from, is they very clearly try to take things that are arcane and like supposed to be out of reason. Like it doesn't make sense. It just is. And they try to nail it down and be like, oh yeah, this is the scientific reason for this and that and blah 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 blah
Oh,
blah.
I
Which
hate
if you're
that.
going to do, I mean, it's not necessarily bad. I don't prefer it all the time, but if you're going to do it, you need to make sure your explanations make sense and that they
Yeah.
flow between one another and that they don't absolutely break the story you're trying to tell.
They
So
don't
it's
even have
like
to make sense for our reality. They just need to make sense in world.
exactly. It has to be just has to like not contradict itself. So if you're gonna say, "Ah, yes, the demon bullets blow up when they come into contact with demon blood," and then you're gonna make a character who's human but has demon blood flowing through his veins and say, "Oh, yeah, nope, they don't work. The bullets don't work. He's human." Like, bruh.
I feel like he thought it was cool when every episode he's like, "Oh, actually, it's this. Actually,
But
it's this."
actually,
No, that's frustrating. That's not how you write a good twist. A good twist is like it still makes sense. You're like, "Oh, that's how it fits together."
yeah, I
What
think
he's doing
this
is just pulling the rug out from under you.
the twist that this show desperately needed was an ulterior motive for the rabbit. The motive given at the beginning rapidly deteriorated and it didn't make any sense. So it just, as a viewer, you're like, okay, something's off, something has to change, something's going to change, and then it didn't. It's like, oh well, never mind. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I think that like this is obviously very different. Like it's a show that somebody wrote, so you're not going to be dealing with like building the story up in the same way as it's in like a role playing game. But like if you're the game master and you have a villain and it rapidly becomes clear that like, oh, the stated reason for this villain to be doing what he's doing doesn't make sense, it's very easy for you to just be like, actually it's different, or maybe he was lied to, or just something, just throw it in there, like, all right, it's different now. And
Yeah.
like
You can
if
change
you're
it up.
yeah, you can change it up if you're running a game and like plot holes appear. I mean, honestly, I'm more forgiving with that in a role playing game because you didn't write
Yeah.
it beforehand. I don't really care.
Yeah.
And you can have the plot holes just be there. And in the world, there's not a plot hole. Like there can't be. That's not how things work in the real world. But there has to be a reason for it. You don't have to give the reason. You can let your players like in character be like, oh, I wonder why did this happen? Blah, 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 blah.
They can offer up their own explanations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Gruff. I was just spewing some more. I don't even remember this writer's name anymore. I was just spewing some more slander.
Adi Shankar?
Adi Shankar, yeah.
So I want to talk about how do you do good storytelling, and the advice I've gotten is from the writers of South Park. So
I know
South Park has better writing than Devil May Cry, and I haven't
100%.
I haven't watched South Park either, but this is what the writers say. They say, don't write a story that's this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. Instead, write a story that says this, therefore this, therefore this.
Yes. And well, did you have anything else to go on?
Yeah, I was going to say, you see that throughout the whole show. It's just the writers have stuff that they want to happen. Every single thing that happens, it's just because they want it to be that way. The writing doesn't make sense. And I want to say to anyone from like my role-playing circle is wondering, why am I talking about storytelling? Because we're not story gamers. We don't have arcs planned out. We don't, railroad or do things like that. So why am I even talking about story? It's because better stories happen when it's about the actions and consequences of the characters involved. So that's in movies and shows, but it also carries over to role playing. So when I'm role playing, I don't plan out a story, but I just role play my character, and whatever happens, happens. Despite the fact I'm not planning a story, when I look back on what happened, it's a much better story than if I had planned it out.
Mhm.
It's better because of the fact it's based on decisions that characters actually made. So my point is, good stories are based on good characters. It's absolutely all about characters first. That's what I think.
Characters, I think, are probably the most important ingredient in a story, because there are movies like James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. The plot to that movie is absolutely horrendous, and there are many parts that don't make sense and that don't work. But the characters, barring Harley Quinn, she's terrible in that film, just like she is in all the DC EU films. But barring her, the characters in that movie are written exquisitely. They serve a purpose, and they have their own motivations for being there, or for acting the way that they do, and they remain consistent. Consistency is, I think, my number one thing I look for in stories, because you can try to write theming and characters and world building, but if it's not consistent, it doesn't mean anything. Of course, something can be consistent and boring, but that's another conversation. The whole idea behind role playing or DMing, and taking things that are established and letting that influence the world, the characters, the game. That's that therefore statement that the writers of South Park were talking about. For example, we were playing a game, and I think Adept was DMing at this point, and David had he had one character that I think did what he needed to do and left. That was the end of his story, and so he created a new character that we ran into in like a dungeon or something. But the whole context was that this whole dungeon had like different mind controlled people, I think, if I remember correctly, and this was one of those people that got mind controlled, but we defeated the person who was doing the mind controlling, and so now this person was free. But my character was severely untrusting of this character, and I almost fed him to a
Mind flayer.
A mind flayer. I almost fed him to a mind flayer.
You were right there. You were right
I was
there.
right there. Like the
I
mind
was so
flayer was
excited.
getting. His mouth was watering, dog. It was insane.
He's like the pit bull that says, "Another infant, please." He was hungry.
Oh, waiter, another baby, please. May I
That
have
was awesome.
mashed baby this time?
I feel like
consistency.
if we were playing a game nowadays, that you probably would have fed him to the mind flayer.
The only reason I didn't, and this is kind of me bending my own rules a bit, was that it started to dawn on me that David had created this character so that he could continue playing, and he put in this thought to making this character and making him mesh with the context in the dungeon. I was like, I'm about to kill this character before he hasn't even been in a fight yet. He hasn't rolled anything yet.
Yeah. And I get that. And I agree with what Adept's saying is like, Adept and I have kind of evolved. Well, we definitely evolved our view on things. Like if we were to play that now, yeah, just feed him to the mind flayer. We're not even have a second thought.
We're evolved to demons now. Cause I'm already an evolved demon.
Oh god!
I need to get like a white rabbit mask for my next.
Oh
stream.
god, please don't.
Just get was it like a stone to point out of your skull, like Snake and Don't Make Cry 5.
In Devil May
Devil
Cry
May Cry
5.
In Metal Gear Solid 5.
My favorite Devil May Cry character, Punished Venom Snake. You can't even say.
Dude, I
My
keep
name.
thinking, what's the writer's name?
Adi Shankar.
You keep saying, I keep wanting to say Shatter Kai. He's just
Shatter
evil.
Kai.
He's just the bad guy. He's so bad at his job and he's ruining everything.
Bruh. But I had for storytelling, in regards to role playing, that's the number one thing that I think, beyond, of course, in ingenious ideas, world building, and for lack of a better term, talent for the craft. Consistency is key, I feel, because some of the my more frustrating bits of tabletop, besides the obvious, which I think y'all know, but which we will not discuss here. But it's when stuff just gets changed just cuz.
Like retcons?
Like retcon, like when you're walking east, but the DM decides, no, you actually want to go west. Like, why did you give me the option to go east then? But or when you do
Or
something,
when-
or you want to commit to an action, but the DM stops it somehow.
Yeah, they say, "Are you sure?" Or they say, this happens to stop you from doing what you're doing. Or even worse, like, "Oh, you want to go east? The evil layer is in the east now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you already learned it was to the west.
All of that ruins the storytelling.
Oh, you walked
The
east.
story.
You just.
I thought you said Weiss.
I'm not going to make that joke. No. I was going to make a different joke, but I'm not going to make that joke now. I'll tell y'all later. But
Put it in the
anyway,
private chat. No.
accidentally puts it in the comments. Anyway, that's my number one thing is consistency, because consistency in storytelling, it's key for managing expectations. In a game, it's so much more important. It establishes the rules and gives people a sense of what they can and cannot do. I'm gonna let Adept talk because I've been talking for way too long.
Well, I was just gonna say you should I was gonna say you should watch one of our actual plays, but don't do that, because if you watch actual plays, you obviously hate your life. Don't do that. Actual plays are boring.
They are boring.
You should just play a game with us. One after I move, that would be fun.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say, so with 4D, which I don't know if I've talked to you about that, it's like all it is playing in character, but then enabling co-creation. So it's like, say David's the GM, and he's, doing all this stuff, and it's like, oh, you're in a military base, and so I'm there. I'm like, okay, I would just, I'm in a military base, so I'm like, okay, I'm walking down the hallway until I reach the armory, and then I try breaking the armory, or I break into the armory, something like that, right?
Yeah.
He didn't describe there being an armory, but it's a military base. Why would there not be an armory, right?
Mhm.
Or even something more simple of like, oh, you're in a forest. It's like, okay, I break a branch off of the tree and I use it as a
Bro.
cane. It's like, it's a forest. Of course there's trees. Did he say there was a branch close enough for me to break off? No, but like, come on, dude.
Bro.
Go ahead.
It's 11 o'clock at night. There's a freaking really loud cicada outside. Screaming. Sorry.
He said, Shatter Kai?
Shatter Kai! Freaking, shocker! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
But like, in terms of consistency, it's more exciting to play the game that way, because if I'm playing and I bring up something that maybe the GM didn't plan on, because they're not writing a story, then now they have to be consistent in some way, shape, or form with the thing I brought in, and it's more exciting than being like, I know everything about the world and I can never be surprised, and I hope you enjoy playing in my little toolbox.
Yeah. I was really pleased. It was really what was I going to say? I really liked it when during our last game, Gruff, you actually did some co-creation. Like it was the middle of the night, and you went into the tavern, went all the way up to the roof, and started ringing that bell. I never said there was a bell. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
You just created that, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Go with that.
It's funny because I had been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I learned that in medieval times they had bells at the taverns, and so that's how I knew there was a bell there.
Oh, that's cool.
I knew there were bells because there's the
Shut
bell in
up.
the town center in Age of Empires 2.
So yeah, with co-creation, different tables, different, they have different levels that they're willing
Yeah.
to do. Like like the smallest thing you could do is like, I open a desk and pull out a pen. Well, it's an office with a desk in it. Of course it has a pen. That's obvious. Some other tables or some other games, you can change from game to game. Some games, they'll be like, where are we going to next? And it's like, okay, I'm putting in coordinates for the Cerulean Galaxy. You just created a whole galaxy on the spot.
Yeah.
And everyone goes with it.
And you can think, oh, though, if I was the DMM in that situation, I'm like, what does cerulean mean? I can look up what it means, and maybe that could inform how I imagine that galaxy. I do have a question for y'all, though. How esoteric do you think y'all could get with it? It's like, for
What do you
example,
mean?
let's say we're playing like a military role-playing game, and someone shoots an enemy that drops 5.56 ammo, but your weapon uses 7.62,
Okay.
and the DM does not relay this information. Well, it's technically relayed to maybe they might have mentioned it before, but they're either going to let the player figure it out, try to remember it, or maybe they know it from knowledge that they learned somewhere else in life. What do y'all think of that situation?
So, like, you're the players trying to pick up the ammo from the guy they just killed?
Yeah, and then he tries to load it in his gun, but it's the wrong caliber.
I mean, depending on how much like I'm paying attention to the game, I may not even realize and be like, oh yeah, he loads his gun.
Well,
but if I
if the
realize like, hey,
whole-
well, that guy's using an AK and this guy's using an M16, those do not use the same caliber.
If I were doing it, I would make it to where the enemy team all has all one caliber, and your team has all one caliber, and like only select units have like the same. Like maybe your assault rifles have the different calibers, but all your handguns are 45. Something like that.
Yeah, well, like if you're saying as the player, I grab the magazine off of the soldier and start loading the bullets into my magazines, then I would just say the bullets don't fit. They're the wrong caliber.
Exactly.
Just short, like they just don't fit.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
So you can say you're used to playing it at a table where you can co-create entire NPCs. It's like, oh yeah, Jocelyn, she's my contact at the newspaper, and blah 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 blah. And then maybe you're in a game where you're not really cool with that level of co-creation. So then they call for Jocelyn. It's like, oh, sorry, yeah, Jocelyn. If I'm the GM, she was. You could even use it as to create more into the game. It's like, oh, she was murdered 2 weeks ago, right? Just get Jocelyn out of the picture.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't want you co-creating characters.
Yeah,
but
she drowned in her
instead of just
bathtub.
saying, she was killed by anti-demon bullets.
She was eaten by piranhas. In her bathtub.
But you can
Shot
sort of
her in
like
the back of the head.
you could
The Clintons.
Did you?
anyways, you can sort of like veto the co-creation without vetoing it. You can just be like, yeah, no, that Now, yeah, Jocelyn did exist, but not anymore. Or even just be like, Jocelyn doesn't want to talk to you because you wronged her or something, right? It's like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pick up a gun. Oh, the gun's empty.
Does that answer
something
your
like that.
question?
Well, it was mainly a sort of question of like, do you think that's too much?
It's table by table.
Yeah, I guess it also like the situation itself isn't too much yes or no. It's how do you handle that situation?
Yeah, in my
Yeah.
opinion, you have much more freedom to co-create bigger things at like the start, not only the start of a session, but the start of like a campaign, the start of the world. Essentially, like there's not that much nailed down yet, so it's like go crazy.
Yeah.
And if you're a GM, if you're vetoing co-creation, you wouldn't ever control that character, that player character. You would never say, actually, you don't do that. You
Yeah.
would just say, the gun is empty, or no one answers the phone, or something, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you do want to be careful about vetoing stuff too much because, like, maybe you need to, introspect a little bit. It's like, are we the baddies? But in general, it's like, okay,
So to sort of bring it back to Devil May Cry, if I'm playing as my character who wants to throw the half demon person into the MRAP equipped with incinerators, I could be a DM, or the DM would be like, "Oh, the incinerators, they forgot to fuel them today." Dude,
Yeah.
or
I'm thinking of the mechanics of the incinerators now. It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you could have a double agent on the MRAP
Yeah.
who disabled them. I don't know.
And if you're vetoing something, it's for the right reason. It's not because you're saving your favorite NPC. It's because, no, that wouldn't really work that way.
They used all the fuel incinerating the refugees. They actually did that, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
threw the refugees in the MRAPs and turned on the incinerators.
Oh yeah, they gassed them
instead
good.
of just shooting them. Like some of them they just shoot. Others they're like, oh shoot, well they're in the NRAP already. Hey, like anyways.
That's funny.
All right. Well, I have to be getting to bed soon. Are there any like closing statements y'all want to make?
Watch Andor.
Absolutely.
And not on your second screen.
If you do, I will find you.
Gruff will find you.
I don't really have anything else to say. The show sucks. Make your characters consistent.
GruffDonaar, he's awesome.
Yeah. GruffDonaar actually has a YouTube channel.
Like, leave a comment, share it with your friends.
Gruff,
on your Discord.
Share it with your grandma. Gruff, are you thinking of staying on a bit longer, or you want to wrap up as well?
If you're down, I could stay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay for a bit.
Deuces.
Goodbye. I love you. He
There
didn't
he
say I
goes.
love you back.
Well, it is what it is. Oh no. That was your 13th reason.
Yeah,
No.
honestly. Honestly, no. But yeah, like trying to draw comparisons to the Netflix Devil May Cry and role playing, it's funny how many conclusions you can draw that all have to do with consistency.
Yeah. If I was role playing in Adi Shankar's world, I would be so mad every time a contrivance happens. I'd be like, you what?
Why don't the bullets work, Adi? That would be my number one gripe. Like, you gave us airburst bullets that only blow up on demons specifically, and they don't work. I would be livid. I would be just absolutely fuming.
You're sounding like Josh from Drake and Josh. Why don't the bullets work?
Adi? Yeah? Where are the demon killing bullets?
Oh, they're right over there.
I shot the white rabbit with them. Oh, really? Why isn't he exploded then?
Oh, I
I
love
feel
it,
like there
dude.
should. I want to go back and watch Drake and Josh and find the episodes where they like try to kill each other.
What? I
I-
must have missed that one.
There wasn't like a whole episode, but there are like moments where they fight and it's funny. But anyways, I'm
That
getting off
sounds
track.
about right for a show about brothers.
Yeah.
That
This
is so
show's
funny.
It's too bad what happened.
What?
I said
Too bad what
it's
happened.
too bad what happened, and you were just like, yeah,
It's like, yeah, wait, what? So they kill each other?
no. I'll tell you later. Stuff happened with Drake, but that's not important right now. Anyways, back to
Okay.
Devil May Cry and role playing. I can't. The thing about characters like Lady is that you can't really nail down their motivation, which is important for roleplay. Her whole motivation is like, I want to kill demons and stuff, but her origin story goes directly against that because part of her origin is that she met innocent demons that were not non-combative and she massacred them. And apparently they never turn back. They never show like the aftermath of that on the Mercs side. They blow it up and they don't return. That's the last you see of them, and they never mention it. So if you watch the episodes in chronological order, they just never mention it.
Yeah. If you were role playing as Lady and you choose your motivation, you describe your backstory or background event or whatever as what happened, you would not do the things that Lady does in this show.
Yeah.
The show would go a totally different way.
Because we kind of touched on it, but Lady is very gung-ho about killing demons. She talks like a Vivzy Pop character. She's dropping F-bombs all the time. She has the biggest potty mouth in the show, which is saying something, but it's actually like really jarring how aggressive she is about killing demons to the point where it's comical. Like the writers are like, how can I drop an F-bomb in this sentence, like in every sentence? And I don't have a problem with language in a mature immature content. That makes sense. But it was to a comical degree. And then to learn her backstory. And if that was my backstory and I was role playing as Lady or a similar character, that would like flip my personality on its head. I would, instead of being aggressive, I would be questioning my every decision. I would be questioning all my past decisions. I would be questioning my leaders, or I would be questioning my friends. Maybe they would be questioning too because they went through this exact same thing. If they really wanted Baines to be a bad guy, they could have used that as a vehicle to show that he doesn't allow any form of questioning against battling the demon race. Like you could, like, that's why I was saying that the whole idea of having innocent demons isn't in and of itself a bad idea.
Yeah.
There are good stuff that does stuff with that. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That show is better than it has any right to be. And it has innocent monsters in it. And
I've still got to watch that one too.
Oh, bro. You got to. It's the first season is a little bit of a chore kind of, but it has enjoyable moments. But anyway, you could have used that as a vehicle to have Baines be like this really hard-headed leader that doesn't accept any questions and tells the team to kill without thought. And that could have been an introduction to her arc that she goes on, which she goes on very, I feel, I don't know, her arc is all over the place. That 6th episode really throws you for a loop, man.
Yeah. 4 throws you for a loop, and then 6 just gives you, what is it? Airplane sickness or something.
Gives you seasickness or car sickness. Makes
yeah,
you
it gives you whiplash. You're like, what?
Dude, we had to stop. Like, we had to take a break in between episodes 6 and 7 because we were just befuddled.
You're like, I'm tired, boss.
We were our jaws were agape. We were honestly impressed by the profound retardation. It was insane. And dude, you should see how Adi Shankar carries himself in real life. He like cosplays as Dante, and like he does like poses.
I've seen pictures. Yeah, which is, I don't know, based in cringe at the same time.
If it was, it's based that he's cringe, but he's free. But look at what he made.
Yeah, if the show was better, I'd let it slide.
That's another thing. Is like I can take cheesy stuff if it's done in earnest. Like you know how
Earnest.
yeah, like I have problems with the phrase Marvel writing or Marvel dialogue because I don't think that's telling the whole story. But it's what people know, so that's the phrase I use. But the problem with Marvel dialogue is that it's cheesy, but then it's like self-aware and it never allows itself to take itself seriously. That's why I like stuff like old Sonic. Again, every conversation wraps around to Sonic.
Mhm.
You had cheesy stuff in Sonic all the time, but it was done like without. It wasn't tongue in cheek. Like they took themselves seriously. It was a kids
Mhm.
game about a blue rat running around, and like they took itself seriously because it dealt with
Yeah.
themes that, even though it's made for kids, they speak to everyone. Same thing
Yeah.
for Pixar films, the Disney Renaissance films. Like, dude, I was watching what's it called? Earlier today, I was watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Mhm.
And I won't spoil anything for those who haven't watched it, but there's a scene where a character reunites with a family member, and I had tears in my eyes, dog. It was so good. And the show is like very cutesy. It's like that weird combination in Japanese anime where like it's cutesy, but then it has like instances of adult stuff. But
Yeah.
um, it's mostly cutesy, and then it had like this moment that like brought me to tears, and I was like, "What the frick? And how do you do that?" And it's like if you
Sincerity.
handle things with sincerity, yes, like don't make everything a joke, which this show did a lot. We didn't get a lot
That's
into the dialogue because we have the transcripts, but they're god awful. So we
yeah.
didn't get into it a lot, but that was a huge problem.
That's one of my biggest things is sincerity. It's so important.
Were you
Um,
there for the Sleepy Hollow uh D&D session
maybe what
on
happened?
Halloween?
I don't remember
Um,
what happened.
the characters got to Sleepy Hollow, and there was, of course, the Headless Horseman killing people, and we
Are
couldn't.
you talking about Call of Cthulhu?
Yes, Call of Cthulhu. Yes.
Yeah, I was there. I was the
So,
only one with no hat or costume or anything.
so in that session, my character was like a secret, like sorcerer who was evil, but he had a noble, well, I guess you could call it noble motivation, which was to bring his father back from the dead. He was going to summon this horrible spirit monster thing to bring his father back from the dead, and to do it, he had to target someone else.
Mhm.
Or I had to target someone else in the party, in my own party. So I betrayed them, and I targeted them because then the spirit would come out and attack them, and I could make my wish. But through sheer luck of the roll, they dodged it, and it hit me instead. And so here comes this monster out of the freaking grave or wherever it came from, and it's going to kill me, and there is nothing I can do to stop it. Like my
Mhm.
character knows, intellectually and emotionally knows they are dead. And
Mhm.
so, out of no options left, my character gets on his knees and says, "You know what I want. Um, my life is if you my life is yours. Will you grant me my wish?" And he says, "It is granted." Then he kills me.
That's awesome.
And that was
That's role
like,
playing.
yeah, and the whole thing was like, I made that request. Of course, I can only play my character. I can't play the spirit demon thing.
Mhm.
So I made that request not knowing what was going to happen. But of course, the DM was nice enough to grant my character his wish before he was horribly murdered.
Yeah.
But that was like such a fantastic ending for a character
That
that
was excellent.
wouldn't happen if the writing was not consistent. The consistency is like, because the character death adds to it. The DM totally could have let off, like put their foot on the brake and be like, oh, he decides not to kill you because you've been so loyal and yada yada yada. But no, like my character dies. That's the end of their story. It's over. I don't get to play the game anymore. And we were there for like another hour, hour and a half. I don't know. But it was awesome. I didn't have any complaints at all because
Yeah.
the consistency was there. The commitment to the bit was there.
Yeah. A lot of people into D&D and other, well, they play every game like it's D&D basically. It's kind of an old school mentality of that it's a challenge, it's a game, and the
Right.
role playing is an afterthought. But what we like to, me and you, we like to do is role playing is the game.
Yes.
You know, if the, what do you call it? The keeper, the game master, whatever, the keeper said, oh no, he has mercy on you, whatever, I would be mad because I'm robbed of that experience. I'm trying to know what it's like to be my character, you know, look through their eyes and envision the mindscape that my character would see and experience. And if they do that, you know, just to be nice to me, I'm like, oh, I'm taken out of it.
Yeah.
I'm no longer immersed.
And to touch on like another aspect of the game, maybe I didn't convey it well enough, but the feeling when that was happening, the tension was insane. My heart was pounding because I did not know what was going to happen. Like, that's a whole aspect that I think people forget to think about. It's like, it's kind of a me, but how does it make you feel? You know, when you're making an experience, you should have that in your head. Like, what do I want my group to feel? And of course, you can't hold their hand and make them feel however you want them all the time, but it should be a goal at least. And you were saying how people like to play with set rules and like not role play. Role play is an afterthought. But now we kind of mix the two. The role playing is the game. I wonder how much video games have to, like, how much can be credited to video games for that sort of mindset? Because that's been getting more popular. Because you have games that focus on story and you have games that focus on gameplay, but then you have games that make the story and gameplay intertwined in ways that are not possible outside of the medium. Like, I could come up with examples like Half-Life, Portal, Metal Gear Solid, Amnesia, Silent Hill. You know, it's tons of games that interweave their story into the gameplay. Like
the story changes because of gameplay decisions and things.
Mainly the gameplay is the gameplay and the story have a symbiotic relationship. So for example, let's say you spend too much time out in the rain in Metal Gear Solid. Well, now when you go inside, you've got a cold and you'll sneeze and the enemies will hear you. Or in Half-Life, Gordon Freeman doesn't talk, and most of the time you're alone. No one's talking to you. So the game has to tell its story through the environment and things that you can see and observe. Or games like Silent Hill, where combat is not good on purpose. It's clunky because you are just a normal person.
Yeah.
Game. I'm not going to spoil it, but games like Soma, if you know, you know. Another example is Amnesia: The Dark Descent. The game's called Amnesia because your character willingly gave themselves amnesia. And so you're basically another person. You find notes from yourself. And BioShock. Oh my God, I'm thinking of all these games now. I won't spoil that one either. But yeah, like so many games that weave their gameplay and story together, therefore creating a consistent experience. One game that does this badly, because you always have to have an example, is Tomb Raider, the reboot. In Tomb Raider, you follow Lara Croft on her first foray into, danger and whatnot. She has never been in this situation before. She's captured by like these bandit type people, and one of them is about to assault her. And it is not good. It is a very bad situation. She gets in a fight with him. He takes out his gun. She turns it on him and shoots him. He's dead. It's kind of messy. And she's like crying on the ground, like she's traumatized. It's a very, very sad and emotional scene. She won, but it wasn't pretty. Then you go the rest of the game, like just blowing guys up and finding machine guns and shotguns and just bodying everybody. It's not consistent. It's what we call ludonarrative dissonance, which has kind of become a meme now, but that's its own conversation. So yeah, ludonarrative dissonance, you want to avoid that. And if you don't remain consistent and stay committed to your session, that can appear.
I see what you're saying. So you're staying consistent with your tone.
Yes.
That's a lot of times that's what we talk about in our session zeros is the tone. And we have no problems with that. I do have a problem with the thing you said a while back, that one of your goals is to have your players feel a certain thing. I would never do that. I would kind of establish a tone, but whatever they feel is up to them. If this is horror, like, yeah, you should probably act scared, whatever.
To me,
but
go on.
Yeah, I'm never gonna, like, a monster enters the room, a zombie. I'm never gonna say, "You feel scared." We'll let them describe that.
Yeah, I think for that, Mike, I feel like that's almost a distinction without a difference. Because I don't want like the characters to behave in a certain way. Like if one character is a newbie and one is a veteran, obviously the veteran's not going to be as scared, if at all, as the newbie. But I guess maybe I should make a distinction between the players and their characters.
Okay.
Because you can't really decide if you go into a session thinking, okay, how is this character going to feel? How is this character going to feel? If you have like 5 players, that's going to be torture. It would more so be like, how do you want the players to feel when they approach the situation? Like if they walk into the cave of nightmares and tendrils are coming out of the walls and their loved ones are crawling dismembered towards them, like that sounds like something is like, ooh, that's creepy. That's some people might feel scared, but their characters might feel differently. They might feel like, oh yeah, this is the cave of nightmares. I've been here before. Yeah, they do this.
Puts their punch card in on the wall.
Yeah.
Another day.
Another day, another nightmare. Hey, Philip. How's the kids? But anyways, but like the player themselves, maybe they might not know that, like, unless, they have knowledge that the other players don't. I guess a better example would be like you're getting into a fight and it's going to be a tough fight. So there's a bit of trepidation there. That's going to be there no matter if you're a veteran or a newbie, no matter what your character's like. Unless both the player and the character are like stupid and foolhardy, I don't think that's going to be the case. Like, for example, one more example. Let's say, here's a perfect example. Doom guy is not afraid of the demons. He does not feel fear or he doesn't get nervous when he sees demons, but the player might.
Okay.
That's a good example.
So for me, the thought of what the players will feel like does not enter my mind if I'm a GM. I'm only concerned what the characters will feel like, and I'm not planning on making them have certain feelings. But like if I'm a player, I'm interested in experiencing what that character would experience. Not literally, not hallucinating, but as close to that as close to experiencing it yourself as you can get.
Yeah.
That's why I love role playing. It's like that one movie. I haven't actually seen it, but what's that movie where he says, "What's the same thing about every vacation you go on? You." So imagine if you can change yourself and be someone else, what that's like. Or it's like if you go on the holodeck, like you can
Bro,
really be there.
I wish the holodeck was real.
Oh, I know. As soon as we get that, I'm gonna be there. But until then, that's why I love role playing, because that's the closest thing.
Bro,
So,
have you seen those memes where like Riker is like, "Hello, holodeck. McDonald's, 2:30, infinite burgers, safety options off."
it's gonna go straight to your thighs, and then you'll blow up.
Bro,
Can confirm.
I'm thyless. But let's see.
You come to me thighless on Thunder Thigh Thursday.
Imagine
What a
like
disgrace.
the guy with no thighs coming in on Thyless Thursday, and all his best friend is just like, dude, seriously again? Like,
Gotta work on it.
it's like, gotta walk it off, man. It's like, I can't. I have no thighs. Okay. And but anyways,
Get on that.
other stuff for Devil May Cry. Dante himself isn't. When I think about it, he's kind of like there. He doesn't have much of a character arc at all. He doesn't really learn anything other than he has Devil Trigger and that he's a demon. But it doesn't really phase him much, because why would it? I mean, they could have made an existential story out of it, but they didn't put in the work.
It's fine. Like if that's the tone of the games, that's the tone of the games. It's an excuse to hack and slash demons. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure in the games he already knows he's half a demon. Like you can use your Devil Trigger from the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And he knows he's the son of Sparta and everybody. But yeah, not sure why they went with that. I don't know. Trying to think of other ways to draw conclusions to role playing or draw comparisons to role playing other than consistency. But consistency really did a number on this show. It was crippled by its lack of consistency.
Consistency in stated facts about the world. Consistency in how the characters are and would act. And that's the thing about once I started playing with other 4D players, you don't have to worry about they're not trying to win. They're just trying to role play. It's so nice.
It's like, yeah, there's the stated goal that y'all have, but how would your character interpret that goal? Like, what is yes, there is a goal, which I guess if you want to be, simplistic about it, there is a win condition, but what does it mean to win for your character? Like that example I gave earlier, my character died, but he won. But
exactly. So you can have a premise that includes a group goal for the whole group, or you can just have everyone has their own goal, and that's what they go after. But yeah, it's hard to talk about like, oh, is there a win condition in this? I don't know. Is role playing the win condition? I guess. I don't know if you call it a win condition or not, but that's what you're there to do. Role play.
There you go, fishing. Just go fishing. Role play with the fish.
Role play with the fish.
You little banjo. Down, 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 down. The fish start jumping out of the water. I guess another thing that I've said multiple times throughout this stream is that the dialogue was truly horrendous in this show. I won't say no to any specific style of writing unless, it's like immoral somehow. But
Which unfortunately you sometimes see that.
yeah. But like I guess this is it's hard to give people advice on dialogue because it's such a I'm not a master of the subject myself. It doesn't come easy, but I guess you should, for good ground rules, is don't make characters say stuff that they already know. Like if a son walks up to his father and he says, "Ah, my father,"
Yeah.
Or it's like two characters win a car crash and they see another car crash and like, this is just like that one car crash from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like avoid stuff like that. If it doesn't make sense, like if the characters know about it already, they don't need to state it. Also, this one is weird because there are some instances where it can work, but stating the character's motivation out loud, that is one that there are times where it can work, but I think when you put in the work to show what their motivation is rather than telling it, it is immensely rewarding. So, David, have you started watching Andor like at all?
I saw episode 1 a few months back, but I'm gonna start over.
So there's this one character that I want you to pay attention to. His name is Cyril Karn. He's the he's the corpo police officer who tailored his suit, and he's like really, really involved with his job. He really wants to catch Andor, that guy.
Okay.
Pay attention to him. He's my favorite character because
nice.
His motivation, I strongly identify with him specifically. But I really, really like him. He's a good character because his motivation is never outright stated, but it is so clear what his motivation is just by his actions and how he carries himself and what he values.
Your action should reflect that.
Yes, I guess that's the rule. Like, show, don't tell. Very, very important. Like, show people the character not by just their dialogue, but what they do, how they do it, how they talk, not mainly what they say, but how they say it, what they choose not to say, that sort of things. For those
absolutely. That's why role playing little things like I lean against the wall, close my eyes. That's not a waste of time. You're showing the other characters that maybe you're not listening to them.
Yeah.
Or you're I wouldn't say I do this as if to say blah blah blah. Like I don't need to explain my intention. I just explain my action.
Yes.
And the other characters draw whatever conclusions they might from that.
For example, when I almost fed your character to the mind flayer, that wasn't done out of malice. That was done because I didn't trust your character. Rather, I didn't trust you to not hurt my friends. Like, there's motivation there. There's character building there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Also, it didn't help that your name was Kraid. I just remembered that.
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy named himself Kraid, and weren't you a Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Kraid the Dragonborn. Where are my Metroid bros at? Because there's a boss in Metroid named Kraid, and he's like this giant lizard.
That is funny.
Do you know? You played Smash Brothers Melee, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the one level where there's the stage is like it can spin because there's like a monster in the background that like slashes at the stage and it spins?
No.
Oh, well, that was great. I'll see if I can.
I've seen a picture. You show me a big lizard guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's no. Oh, here we go. I don't know why it does that every now and again, but whatever.
Here, can I? Oh, it's on Reddit. Ew, gross.
Wait, you want to present something?
I wanted to show this picture, but it's on Reddit, and for some reason, it won't let me like open the picture in a different tab. Here we go. That's a very small picture. Would do, freak. Brother, complete non sequitur. You got to play the finals. That game get you jumping.
Get me jumping.
It get you jumping, brother. All right.
Yeah.
So here is the.
Well, it's free, so I'm all about that.
Absolutely. Let's see if I can present it.
Go ahead.
Image file. Okay, let me download it because I don't want to show my screen. WebP foiled again by WebP. Time to convert. Whoever invented WebP, I want them hung off a branch by their balls and eaten to death by fire ants in the sub-Saharan desert. Just plant a tree there and let them get to work. I swear to Christ.
This is Gruff, everybody. That will be your ball.
I'll rip off your balls and nail them to my door. That's such a funny clip.
Oh, it's so funny. I thought that was just the actor being goofy for a silly recording, but that's from a movie he's in.
Yeah, I don't know what movie it is, but I do know that it's from a movie. Okay, here is the... Let me see if I can present this file. Okay, I think it's this. This thing. It's there. I don't know if people can see it.
Let me add it to the stage. There we go.
Yeah, this thing. That's Kraid.
Dude.
So he would slash at this stage and it would spin.
I remember this guy. Yeah.
So yeah, you came into this dragonborn named Kraid. I was like, dog, does he know?
I did not know. I'm like, that sound. I like to make up names, fantasy names. I'm like, that sounds cool, Kraid.
Let's see, dude. Can we talk about like the names that, like, describe a character? Just make up a character on the spot, and I'll try and make a name for them.
Okay. There is a young guy, maybe 22 years old. He lives on the streets. You know, he's always looking for his next fix.
Okay. Tyson Deckert.
Yeah, there you go. That works. Tyson, there's something about the same sound of the name. Tyson is like I don't know how to describe it. But I saw this one thing. So they did a study where they show two shapes. This one like spiky shape, it's spiky all around, and then this one that's like fat and kind of like a blob.
Okay.
And they showed it to different people, all different languages. They said, which one is Ziki Ziki and which one is Boo Boo or something like that. And all of them said every language. They say the spike one is Ziki Ziki, the blob is Boo Boo or Boobaloo or whatever. So I don't know. There's something to the sound of things.
Dude, that reminds me of a like localization. Do you know about like all the localization drama that happens with like anime and games and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any specific news, but yeah, they do a bad job.
Yeah. And dude, these people on Twitter, they actively try to gaslight you into thinking, dude, even if there was, like, they say, like, people, okay, people will say you butchered this anime, you got it completely wrong, and the actors who are, I guess it's more of an acting thing, voice acting than localization, but they say the actors are nowhere near on the same level as the Japanese voice actors. You're doing a terrible job. You only need to do better. And they'll gaslight you and be like, dude, you can't even tell the quality of the voice acting for Japanese because it's in a different language. As if just human expression is not an inherent trait
Yeah.
of like communication. I don't like that is
Yeah.
such like we gotta get below the fundamentals. Like this is like primordial stuff. It is such a primordial, like I struggle to find the words to describe how base this aspect of humanity, the human experience is. Yeah, you can't understand that the man is sad because he's speaking in Japanese. What did they mean by this?
I agree, man. I watch sub pretty much just sub these days if I'm watching an anime.
Dude.
They're so expressive. I don't know their words, but they're so expressive. I love it.
Dude, I like to watch Dimitri Monroe. He's a cool streamer. He does really, really good videos. You should watch him. But he mainly he mainly plays like anime games, watches anime. He's in that whole scene. He doesn't really watch a lot of American stuff, it seems.
Okay.
Because the reason why I say that is because there's that game Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. And the main character in that game is played by Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is the same guy that played Matt Murdock in Netflix's Daredevil. Fantastic actor, like really, really good actor.
Yeah.
And Dimitri Monroe, he said that it was insane having a English voice actor in a game that could actually act. And because it's mocapped, you actually see like their movement and expressions as well. Like it was an insane experience for him. He was like, this is what it's like. This is what it's like to have this level of quality.
That's awesome.
Dude. Okay, we'll get back to DMC Devil May Cry in a sec, but
yeah.
I was playing
Ghost and by the way, we can go anywhere. He's kind of freeform. It's fine.
Okay. I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I tried it with the Japanese voice acting, but I eventually switched back to English because the lip sync was clearly in English. Both are good, by the way. But dude, there was a moment where I was watching it and there were no words. The character was not speaking. He was just looking at another character who was slightly off screen, and his tears were welling up. Like he was trying to stop himself from crying. And I had never seen that in a game before. I was absolutely floored. I was just, wow. This is where we're at now. This is amazing.
That is amazing. That's awesome.
Do you need to take a break?
I'll be all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone sees this later, yeah, sometimes I kind of squirm in my chair because my back gets us.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I think people know that. I don't know. I try not to be too squirmy, but it's fine.
Yeah. I agree. Dude, I need to get back to streaming. I haven't streamed in so long because of work and I moved. But
I was hoping that this would kind of reinvigorate you.
Yeah, it kind of forced me to get the setup back up and running. So yeah, this might get stuff, might whip me back into shape.
That's awesome.
I might stream the finals because that was really fun.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But did you have anything else to say about Devil May Cry or role playing? I'm trying to think. There's no music. Oh, well, I guess this is something. Music playing while you're in a session. Since Devil May Cry had ill-fitting music, in my opinion. I had an interesting thought. So let's say, I'm trying to think how to say this because I don't want to like say something that I'll do in the future and spoil it for you right here. Let's say there's a puzzle that So okay, the characters in the game world have to do an action that is time sensitive, but
Yeah.
you can't replicate that action or in the real world, and you don't want to leave it up to a dice roll because that, leave it up to chance. You want to actually challenge the players on an intellectual level. So you give them a puzzle of some kind, and they have to do it under a set amount of time or they fail. So what do you think of that situation first and foremost?
It's fine to. I guess it's fine, but I'm usually not concerned. I'm not concerned with challenging players, really. I've just might present challenges for their characters.
That's
So
true, yeah.
that's more what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's I guess in the realm of role playing, that's not really in that school of thought. But yeah, I would also like have I guess the timer set to music. Like find a song that accentuates that timer, and
Yeah.
songs that are played like in dungeons and in the overworld, vary in sound and tone. I usually just find stuff that I've heard in video games and play that because that tends to be the best option for me anyway.
I tend to go with ambient tracks.
Right.
That's the best for me, I think, because it's unobtrusive. We did on the 4D Discord. We recently had a discussion about this. You might be surprised, but
Oh yeah.
some of us say don't do any music at all.
Mm.
Don't put this like tense, fast-paced track that's telling me I need to act in a certain way to match the
Yeah.
track. Or some people say, I just let people put on their own music on their end only. And to be honest, I kind of get that. It made me stop and consider, should I do music at all?
Right.
On the other hand, I'm like, or is it more like you're just supporting the tone? It's not like we're against having a tone, you know. If I say this is gonna, if we all agree this is gonna be like a creepy haunted house session, and I put in music that makes it sound like a creepy haunted house, am I really like infringing on your imagination? I don't know. So
I guess it depends on the session, especially the pacing, because one thing I always found kind of I don't know if I would say the word obtrusive, maybe distracting would be the right word, would be we're in a fight and there's action music playing, but like it's not my turn and
mhm.
my whole character build just relies on me roll hit. Um and I'm just like, doing the motions and like it's this really intense music playing and I'm like, yep, the also it always happens to be like uh very generic action music. Like it's doing the doom, doom, that sort of music. I don't know. And it's just like, yep, here I go rolling again. I think if you were to do very fast paced, like low effort role playing, like roll the dice, see if you win, or if you get odds, you hit it, evens, you don't, something like that. And you could play like, you could do like a shotgun round, like everyone, you roll now, you roll now, you roll, like try and keep the pace up. Because pacing is important. Because like the whole reason why the action music doesn't work for me is because the pacing is not matching. But if the pacing is matching, then yeah, you can come along famously. Another thing would be like if you're in a tavern and there's a band playing,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, someone brought that up too.
like the jazz band from Star Wars. You know the they're playing jazz, but jazz doesn't exist in Star Wars because it's space. The species of the band players, they're Bith. That's the name of their name. So It's a mix of jazz and bith. It's called Jizz.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
You've heard of it, have you? But anyway, yeah, tavern music. When the jizz is playing in the tavern music, oh
yes,
or there's a festival going on, or you could play like, I've told you about this before, but the Oblivion music goes well no matter what. Like Jeremy Soule, he did something to that soundtrack. It's literally perfect. There is no bad track.
I wish I could write music like him,
dude.
But
I wish he could too.
Me too. But so the thing about all of those examples you gave, the diegetic music, like being in a tavern with a band,
Right.
or action-packed combat music, or whatever else, all of it works better if you're playing in real time or close to it as you can get.
Right.
Like you mentioned, the pacing. So this is kind of what I mean by that. I'll start with an example, a bad example. So the way RPGs are played by 99% of people, and this is not a slight on people if they like to play this way, but so D&D is played like what we're kind of we were familiar with, a year ago or so, where you do your attack, you wait 20 minutes for your turn to come up again. It's been so long since you had your turn, you forgot everything that happened.
Yeah.
You look through all your spells and abilities again because everything changed, and then you're like, I'll roll this, I guess. You roll and your turn's done, and it just kind of sucks. What I do now, and this can work with rules heavy or rules light games, either one, is that our turns are fast.
Yes.
Only take as much time on your turn as it would take for your character to do their action. So your turn is like 15 seconds or so. And then it's the next guy, next guy, next guy. And then it's your turn again already in like less than a minute. So you're not forgetting what happened. You're not getting thrown out of it because it's happening in real time. And if you're going to use music, then going in real time is going to help a lot more, because it's like if I'm waiting 30 minutes for my turn, this rushing action music does not fit.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So yeah, there's no consensus in the 4D about whether you need to use a rules light system or a rules heavy system, whether you use D&D, Call of Cthulhu, Mithras. You can play any game. But if you're playing a rules heavier game, you got to know those rules so that you can do them quickly. And since we're staying in character, we never, like, as much as we can, never talk about the rules. So if I have an ability, I would just describe what that ability looks like and roll whatever I need to roll, or I tell the other guy what he needs to roll. But I'm not reading off a long spell description. I'm not saying I invoke my card or whatever, I'm describing diegetically, I guess. I'm describing what happens. And I roll whatever I need to roll, and my turn is done. 10 seconds.
Right.
Done. I don't remember where I was going with that, but yeah.
It is annoying when you get to a player's turn and it's very clear that they have not been thinking about what to do.
That's another thing. Is typically D&D, you have to, the advice given is think about what you're going to do before your turn comes up, so that when your turn comes, you can just do it. That's the common advice.
Yeah.
The way I play now is I'm actually paying attention to what the other people are doing on their turns because I'm immersed. And then when it's my turn, I don't really need to think about what ability I should do. I'm in my character's mind, so I just do what that character would do.
Right.
Maybe sounds easier said than done if you're using a system like D&D 5th edition because it's got all those abilities in it. But it can be done, especially with a better system.
I remember this is when we were first starting out DMing. We were playing with a certain party member, and they were fudging up so bad that I felt that it was in character for my character to betray them and try to kill them right then and there. Like they were doing so badly.
Are you talking about he who shall not be named?
Exactly, yes.
Can you remind me the exact situation?
So
Story time.
we were trying to get into I forget the name of the band is, but they were like these red
brands.
The red brands, yes. We were trying to get into their base or whatever. We were sneaking in from the back. It was like a storage area, not a lot of room, lots of boxes and barrels to get past. And this player opened a door, and there were two enemies right there that saw him. And the area was so tight, it was like one unit of space. So we were like in a single file line. And
so it's a bottleneck.
Yes, bottleneck. There wasn't a lot of room at all. And so these red brands, they were trying to like, kill us because, we're sneaking into their base. And he was trying to be like, quote unquote, cool, his own version of cool. He's like, it's like, I'll let you live if you stop now, or maybe we can strike some kind of deal. And it's like, dog, these are bandits. You broke into their base. They're going to kill you. And so practically everyone was down. I was down. I forget who was up, but they eventually killed the red brands, got me up. I think it was he who shall not be named. He got me up, and I was like, I'm going to kill you. But the DM at the time decided against it because the rules were no PvP. But but this was when we were first starting, so that's understandable. Now our philosophy is much different. It's like if you want to do something that results in a player dying, go for it. If it's in character and it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, dog, you
just
are
playing character.
Like because my character at the time, it was very unoriginal. I was a Dragonborn paladin. I was basically Doom guy.
Okay.
And so
at least you had a character concept. I was a fighter.
I was like fueled by rage. I had my not berserker. What's the oath?
Divine Smite.
I think so, but there was like an oath that's like all about rage.
Vengeance.
Oath of Vengeance, yes. So as soon as I got up, I was like, all right, Oath of Vengeance, here we go. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
But we did not go through with it at the time.
That's another thing is D&D's commonly played where, oh, no PvP, always stick with the party, all this. It's like, I don't really have a character agency if there's no PvP, or
yeah,
I call it CVC, character versus character. But yeah,
the pharmacy.
I could, oh yes. I could get it. Like if someone says, I want to play a game where we like, let's role play, but they have a concession. They're like, let's keep the party together and we go on missions and we're all on the same side. That's fine. But like, that's fine. But if you're talking about wanting to be as close to the truest essence of role play as possible, you gotta allow character versus character.
Yeah. Especially if it's like random adventurers coming together. Like, I could understand in like a military setting, like you're all on the same side. There's strictly no PvP. that makes sense. But if you're just like random adventurers who happen to band together, there's nothing stopping relationships from turning sour
Yeah.
and people separating for a bit. Like in that same campaign, we had a plan because the red brands wanted a potion of invisibility, and so we faked the potion. We gave it to somebody else, and we were bringing them the fake potion while the other person was trying to sneak in from another position into their base, and they were like, "Hey, there's supposed to be more of you. Where's this one person?" And I was just like, "Oh, they're right here. They drank some of the invisible potion. You just can't see them."
That's
Like,
awesome. I
it's
think I
cool stuff
remember
like
that.
that. It's cool stuff like that where like you can't do that if the team has to stay together the entire time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is going to be so
Next.
random, but during the night raid on Osama bin Laden's safe house, SEAL Team 6 broke into two groups. You couldn't accurately role play the night raid on Osama bin Laden's safe house with these strict rules. Therefore, you should not use them. If you do, Osama bin Laden lives. Bro. I watched Zero Dark 30 last month, and that just popped into my head for some reason.
That is awesome. I gotta save that somewhere. If you do not roleplay, Osama bin Laden lives.
Bro.
That is great. We gotta get you on. Well, I mean, if you're up for it, we gotta get you on some games some of these days.
Absolutely.
We don't use maps anymore. We just do it like this. It's just us like this, and I have this app called Sophie's Dice. There's my die.
Dog, that
there
is so sick.
Yeah, you got hit location, damage.
Can you mirror the video? Because mine is mirrored. So if I roll my dice, it's going to be mirrored. Is there a way to mirror my window?
You want to... You're using OBS, right?
Streamlabs for now. I'm trying to switch to OBS.
Okay. If you switch to OBS, then yeah, you can have your dice on screen, and the source is Sophie's dice.
True.
And then you like click on the source, and you go to like transform, I think, and then you can flip it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You could do that in Streamlabs too, but got to figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's about time for me to hop off. It's already past midnight.
Yeah, I think this is about time. This was a great stream.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad we finally got to do this.
I loved it. I don't know. I don't think anyone watched really. They might have been watching other streams or something. But I've got a few people that said they're going to come back to it later. So
yeah, like honestly, you gotta. I think I've told you this before. It's just general advice I give. You gotta do this stuff for the love of the game. You don't chase the numbers, or else you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah, I don't. The whole purpose of my channel is to try and talk about roleplay and get more people to actually do it, because everyone thinks they. It sounds conceited, but everyone thinks they do it, but they don't.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Adept has shown me plenty of people who think that.
Yeah.
Hopefully one of these days when you have me on, I can actually get better tracking, because I look dopey right now.
I know nothing about it. But I mean, well, yeah, I can see your eyes are halfway open.
Yeah, and like when I smile, my mouth doesn't even react. Look, I'm smiling right now.
Why is it doing that? Is it a...
I don't know. It didn't used to do this.
Yeah, maybe you have to recalibrate or something. I don't know.
Maybe I got to go over the levels, because like I can show you some other time, but like, dude, you have to work with, it's kind of like gauges. You have like parameters like, okay, here's positive 100, here's negative 100 with 0 in the middle. You gotta what's it called? That's funny. You gotta like say, okay, when you're smiling, it's gonna be at this level, and when you're frowning, it's gonna be at this level, which I did, but I think it made it worse. I don't know.
Oh,
Very strange.
yeah.
But do you mind if I throw my link in the chat?
Go ahead, please do. I'll also put those in the description. I'll probably put a link to your channel in the Discord as well.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
I could send you an invite to the Discord if you want. I understand if you don't want to hear about role playing all day, but we could see. Other than that, yep, I see the link. There you go.
Yeah. Come to my channel if you want to see me stream every couple of months.
But yeah, he does have cool videos. You recently did the Shadow the Hedgehog game. You did what's the one where you can rocket jump? You can bounce on your RPG.
Oh, well,
Crawl, I think. Sprawl.
Sprawl. Oh yeah, in Sprawl you can. So you have rocket jumps. This one you have shotgun jumps.
Oh, okay, yeah. The movement is
dude,
very cool in that game.
it is. I was playing it before coming on the stream because like it's just one of those games that's just fun to pop in and play. It's really, really fun. I wish there was more of a Sprawl, honestly.
But yeah, everyone check out Gruff's channel. He knows a lot about games and movies and media in general. He can tell you what's good. He knows what's good.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get more into like discussion and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see where that goes.
All right. I think that's about it.
All right, everybody. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment under the stream. Make sure to send a pipe bomb into David's mail. Dox him over and over again. Make sure to write him letters in blood. Send them to his address, which is, David, you want to say?
San Antonio. I'll let you guess the rest.
Maybe. Let me see here. His address is actually 3828 Piermont Drive, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So
yeah.
go ahead and send all of your hate mail to that address right now.
Oh, good. All right, send me money. That works better.
Send me money. Send me money now. Money now in my hand, please.
All right. Again, Gruff, thanks for coming on. Everyone, have a good night or morning or whatever. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll go ahead and end the stream.
Goodbye. Goodbye.